Hi, Fusion Chan. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you? You're feeling better now? Mm, mm, mm. Okay, nice. Has been a tough adjustment. Ah, have you changed job recently? Have you changed job recently? Okay. Um, you have an offer for a new job? Oh, okay. Is that why you are changing the working night and day thingy? Mm, I see, I see. Well, hi, Bakashan. Congrats on first. mm, yeah, usually working nights is kind of a bother. Congratulations on first, Bakashan. Mm, yeah, I'm glad it's helping. I mean, the new job. So you'll be converting to working in the day. will it hinder you coming to my stream? Mm, the game is going well, I guess. You have missed so many streams the past week. That's okay. As long as you're here now. Hmm. Uh,
Hi besties, right now I'm in a market in Mexico, but I wanted to take a moment to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, Simply Safe. As we gear up for the holidays and travel, there's no better time to make your home feel safe. Our friends at Simply Safe are giving you early access to all their with an ultra-wide 140-degree field of view so you can keep an eye to remove chargeable battery, so it doesn't require an
butter, oil, sugar, carbs. These are all the things that make life worth living. But if you eat too much, they'll also make your life end.
Honestly, if you sat down and eat this dish yourself, you couldn't do it.
Really?
Maybe John could do it.
John could do it.
But
Well,
Today, my high school friend John and I are sacrificing our bodies to show you the most dangerously delicious dining options in Texas.
are you going to share some with us?
I have had 6 today, but if my wife watches this, I'm in trouble. I'm done.
From bizarre sweet treats to towering Canadian brunch creations.
I love that it's a complete meal. You have both the savory items and the dessert at the same time.
All in one.
We're tracking down food-crazed
Yeah, eat
entrepreneurs
this.
who are pushing their mouth-watering menus to the max. Time to dine.
I'm so excited. It's truly an honor.
Do not reveal any embarrassing childhood stories today.
I don't think I have anymore. I forgot them.
Really?
I don't know.
John, put her there. John is my
yeah,
childhood
that
friend.
looks
We've been friends
tasty.
since
Long time.
age 11. Recently, John chugged 2 liters of Coke. Diet Coke.
Wow.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Healthy. Recently, John chugged 2 liters of Diet Coke in under 20 seconds.
It was amazing.
That's
Super
not
hard.
John and I grew
healthy.
up being fat and loving food.
Still fat.
Today we're going to 3 locations and we're going to try foods that could put down a normal person. When's the last time you ate something over the top?
A few years ago, I did a Philly cheesesteak challenge. It was about 10 pounds.
Wait, why do you do it?
I just want to know that I
Wow.
can do it. I don't want someone telling me that I couldn't eat all of the thing they're trying to challenge me to do.
Inspirational. Like Rosa Parks if she ate burritos. Should we get going? Let's go. All right.
That's interesting.
It's probably 4 months ago. It's a Saturday. Guy comes into the store and he says, "I'll have an evil Elvis." I went, "Yes, sir." This guy hit this donut and it was ruined in 45 seconds. Finishes his coffee, walks up to the case and says, do you have an owner? And I'm going, oh man, yeah, that would be me. And he said, it's not a heart-friendly donut. And he leaves. I never saw him again.
A heart-friendly donut? Why are you here then?
I don't have any idea.
Meet Bruce, the owner of Hypnotic Donuts, one of Dallas's first craft donut shops.
Yeah,
restaurant, a
it's
shop,
gonna
More than
hurt.
quasi-artisan donut store.
Burping and
That's a lot of
stuff.
work.
That's a lot of words.
It must be smart.
Written about in food magazines and newspapers, this place has die-hard fans.
And why'd you want to do donuts?
I have a passion for donuts, as you can plainly see. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. And my wife is a very good baker.
Speaking of, we've got
Canadian healthcare.
What is that?
Canadian Healthcare. It's a Long John donut with maple frosting, topped with a slice of bacon.
How'd you get to that name?
Nora, come in here, please. How did we get to Canadian healthcare?
It's maple bacon.
It's maple bacon.
Maple bacon.
Flavor it with fire. And finally,
Ooh.
syrup.
If you eat too many of these, you should head to Canada.
Yes, either that or a letter from your cardiologist.
Are you going to share some with us? How many donuts have you had today?
I have had 6 today, but if my wife watches this, I'm in trouble. I'm done.
Let's say 2.
Yeah.
And this will be number 3.
Yeah, and this will be number 3.
Try it out.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've seen these in TV shows. I've never tried one until now. With the bacon on top?
The maple frosting, it's super sweet. It's a perfect pair to the bacon. I mean, a lot of people, when they make bacon, it's already kind of mapley flavored, and it all vibes together really well because pork is really meant to go with sugary, sweet foods.
You got it.
How many locations do you have?
We only have one.
If you have 10, you have to say how many calories are in each food.
I wasn't aware of that.
These days, a lot more restaurants, a lot more shops are trying to be health conscious, trying to focus on foods with maybe fewer calories, or it's gluten-free or vegetarian or this
I
or
miss
that. Where are you at with
donuts.
This is a shop that makes food in
Interesting.
Texas that can kill you. It's just that simple. We do have a vegan tray, but no, we do donuts, quite frankly, that are just eclectic. They represent the artisan nature of the people back here, and they're not good for you.
Right.
Especially if you eat 6 of them.
Yeah.
What's the wildest donut you've ever created?
The guerrilla warfare.
Tell me about that. What is that?
Guerrilla Warfare. It starts with a chocolate dough.
Guerrilla warfare starts as a fritter. It's got peanuts inside, and it's got bananas inside.
What
Ooh.
is a fritter? Because is a fritter a donut?
Nice.
Oh boy, that's a great question. I think.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Fold it up together and cut it into pieces before putting it in the proofer.
I believe it's a donut. It starts with the same process that a regular donut. It just takes a different shape.
Well, wait, hold on. John, what do you think makes a donut?
I think if it looks like a donut, it tastes like a donut.
It
It's
is a donut.
After proofing, it gets fried, then dipped in white chocolate. Finally, hypnotize it with peanut butter. Today, we're taking on a donut sampler basket full of sweet, one-of-a-kind flavors.
The perfect recipe to eventually have to saw off your Blackfoot.
Ooh.
Too graphic?
Yes.
I'll bring it back a notch. I'm sorry.
Let's go with the pistachio.
Right, this one is called Peace Stachio. I like it. It's a play on words. Oh, okay, so look at the bottom. I totally missed this. It has
On
some
a lot of
orifice.
sweet food usually.
Crunchy.
Yeah.
I'm chasing the dragon here. It's sweet, but not super sweet. Like that bacon one we had was sweet.
Basically,
Really sweet. I think a better balance of the
What
flavor
happened?
overall.
Right now, the State Fair of Texas is
Why do
going
you
on,
have to
and so
cut
because
back
of the
on
State Fair,
sweet
they've made
food?
this cotton candy. It feels like a fair theme, right? Cotton candy. It's bright. It's beautiful.
A very cotton candy.
The bread is very much like the Long John we just had with the bacon on it.
It's a doughy, like a dough.
I couldn't have said it better myself. The cotton candy's a little bit intense.
Takes me back to the fair, for sure.
Here we have the boba.
What is this?
So in the kitchen, there's someone who stabs delicious sauce into the middle of the donut. But there's gonna be boba in the middle.
I've had boba a couple times, but I don't exactly know what it is.
I
Probably made
see.
of tapioca.
Yeah, it's like a
It's-
tapioca
it's
ball.
I know
not-
exactly what it is.
This is full of balls.
It's not because
I
of
love
health
balls.
reasons.
Oh,
Well,
bouncy
health
surprises.
reasons.
It tastes a lot like pudding of tea
Yeah,
inside.
tea pudding.
This one's intense. Oh man, they should call this the defibrillator. Right here we have a fritter called Guerrilla Warfare. It's a fritter. Do you know what a fritter is?
I think it's just a donut that was in a lot of pieces that got put back together and fried.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like that. Liz, is that right? Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
it's like a Reese's Pieces donut. Instant regret.
Just that glaze on the outside has created its own sugary shell, and then on top of that, they put more sweetness. The peanut butter is what really drives it home. But we
yeah.
all know, when I think guerrilla warfare, I think Vietnam.
I think bananas.
I think helicopters, hand-to-hand combat.
Brown.
Like a gorilla?
Yeah.
It's a different type of gorilla.
Oh, you went that way.
Right.
I guess having a bit
Mike is
of
the owner of Maple Leaf Diner.
good stuff every now and then
This is a homemade
is
slice of
fine.
Canada in Dallas.
I'm trying to think of every Canadian food I know. Canadian bacon. The end.
Poutine.
There
This
is-
is the number one.
Oh, poutine is right here.
Poutine.
Poutine. It's pretty much the one dish Canada is known for. Fried, cheesy, smothered in gravy. Plus a great way to cure a hangover.
Poutine has to be the most famous Canadian food there is. How do you feel about that statement?
100%.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, it's like the same as onion rings in the States here. It's everywhere.
The poutine here is a combination of French fries that have been sprinkled with vinegar powder, then piled with a load of white cheddar cheese curds.
Oh,
Unhealthy enough for you? Okay, how about more fries, more cheese, and to bind it all together, a white gravy.
Is this a typical poutine?
I'm a Canadian diner, but I realize where I'm at. I'm in the South. In the South's white gravy. Me, in Canada, it's brown gravy, beef gravy, right?
Finally, add fried chicken, even more gravy, and green onions on top.
Happiness can be.
Your gravy is so special.
You just hit me right in the soul. I love it.
Cheese is so delicious, flavorful. The gravy,
I
it's all
really
about the
want
gravy.
to
If you don't have a
try
good gravy, you gotta go
protein
home and start over.
hi,
little pepper back from
Sujan.
that gravy.
How
Right
are
at the
you?
end. It's really
Thanks for
awesome.
the hit pet.
Cheese full.
I got some scallions, so I'm good on my salad for the day.
Hey.
They actually call this Canadian salad, so you're all set.
Perfect.
This is great.
I'm doing
Well, let's
good.
back up.
Thanks for asking, Sujan.
Are you from Canada or are you an imposter?
I am not an imposter. I'm for real Canadian. Well, I would say almost Canada. I'm like, was
You feel
real.
Canadian.
Yeah.
How do you spot a Canadian when you see them?
You could be half Canadian, with that
Hi,
red walking
Fairy
in. We don't
Chan.
even know.
We're from Minnesota, so basically.
It's basically Canada. It's like the suburb of Canada.
Yeah.
Sure.
How
Today
are
we're
you
going to be trying the
doing?
steak waffles. Now, I've heard of chicken and waffles. That's popular in the South. It's sweet, it's crunchy, it's savory all together. Steak and waffles. Explain this. What is
We
going
just
on?
change it up a little bit. We actually use the breading, our same chicken breading, bread the steak, fry it, and then layer it on our waffle.
So is it a chicken fried steak
Chicken fried steak
on a waffle?
on a waffle
Oh,
with white gravy.
what?
The steak waffle. First, it starts with the base. Waffles made fresh in-house.
I'm
Honestly, if
doing
you sat
good.
down and eat this
Thanks
dish
for
yourself, you
asking.
couldn't do it.
Really?
It's pretty serious business. Maybe John could do it.
John could do it.
Well,
On the flat top, grill up onions and green peppers.
And don't forget, the most important part about the steak waffle is the Canadian bacon. I'll show you what real Canadian bacon is.
Does it look like bacon?
No, it looks closer to ham. We call it actually.
This hammy tasting cut comes from the pork loin. Some folks call it back bacon.
is the Canadian bacon that you use imported from
that's
Canada?
I
okay,
used to
Fairy
make it,
Chan.
but now I found a smokehouse. I had to stop making it myself because I'm not that arrogant a person. If someone can make something better than me, I'll take it on.
Same. Just hasn't happened yet.
I like it. I like
But
it.
I'm very humble. I mean, if they did.
Now for the build. 2 pieces of chicken fried steak are placed on the waffle, then smothered with that southern white gravy we tried earlier. Add onions and another waffle on top. You want more? Repeat the same process again to create a double-decker that can only be secured through the use of load-bearing skewers. Add 3 slices of back bacon. And as a final touch, 2 cream puffs.
And look at this masterpiece.
Huh?
I call it a monster piece because it's big. Cream puffs. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I did not expect it cold.
Yeah, it's cool inside.
Yeah.
That is really sweet. It's somewhere between a cream and a frosting almost. You really have to go from the top down here. So it does not look like bacon
had
at all,
this
but it kind
before.
of looks like Canada, to be honest. This is where they filmed
Ah.
Nanook of the North up here. It's hammy, but it's also processed tasting like Canadian bacon you'd find on pizza.
It's got some chew to it, too. Really good.
I want to try a little bit of this chicken fried steak.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. A nice soft steak. If I'm not wrong, I do believe they beat this meat before they fry it.
Your day's always better when you have your meat beaten.
It's called tenderizing. It's important to not tenderize your meat more than 3 times a day. It's called addiction. It's a compulsion at that point, and you need to see a therapist. Oh, yes. Syrup. I don't know how this is going to seep into the
Oh
first floor
my
down there. But
God.
I'm just worried about the mezzanine level at this moment. I'm going to put on a little Canadian bacon hat and drench it with some white gravy. We have everything here. We have the ham, the steak, the waffle. waffles, the gravy, the maple syrup, all in one bite. Let's go for it.
Mike is a very naughty boy.
He's so
A
sweet.
spot that I didn't even know needed to be hit.
Not wanting to be hit there all the time.
Absolutely. When it came to Canadian food, I thought he would really have like a long, healthy list of like really surprising things. And we eat penguin and seals or just something like that. But I think Canadian food, at least here, it's not just about menu items, it's about heart.
Definitely.
It's about a fighting spirit saying, hey, I'm gonna adjust the menu a little bit to the Dallas local palate, and I'm gonna make something that's gonna blow people's freaking cowboy boots off.
Super satisfied.
But I'm not stuffed yet. John, we have one more location to go to. It's called
Fat Shack.
Carmen?
Yes, Sonny.
Put her there.
Whoa.
We are pumped to be here for one main reason. We are looking for food that's gonna put us down for good. I'm looking for not just a nap, but the long sleep.
This is the fatality.
Finish him.
First of all, I noticed everything is trademarked. Like, how do you trademark fat cow?
Yeah,
Someone called me that when I was
King
jogging, and they didn't say
How
trademark
you
at the end. Can I
doing?
sue them?
Fat Shack has a bold menu with nothing to hide. In fact, the only thing sugar-coated here is the food.
You have a whole menu full of over-the-top, outrageous, delicious-looking foods, including this right here, the fried Oreos.
Deep fried Oreos.
The deep-fried Oreos. Not just fried, they're fried deeply.
Fried Oreos. The recipe is pretty straightforward. Coat the cookies in a funnel cake batter, then deep fry those guys until they turn golden brown.
The Oreos, we also have cheesecake bites, Twinkies, Rice Krispie trees, chocolate chip cookies, anything you want to put you to sleep pretty much.
Oh my God.
Last, coat it with a sweet powdered sugar. This is the type of food you'll usually find at state fairs, but now you can find it year-round at over 30 Fat Shack locations.
John, can I give you a quick tip?
Yes, please.
Don't inhale as you're taking a bite.
Well, I just want it to go faster.
No, the dying process?
Be careful now.
It's called the white lung. That's how my grandfather died.
Rip, Grandpa.
I shouldn't be laughing about that.
Just too much powdered sugar, breathing it in. He was too reckless, and now he's not around anymore.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. I
我刚
don't
说
feel
的
like
还
your
在
sympathy
发
is
出
genuine at all.
这时间。
Wow. I feel like I'm back in Minnesota at the state fair. That fried pancake batter is delicious. It's so different from corn dog batter, for example. And then the Oreo inside is still crunchy.
I told myself I wouldn't do no more.
So in this day and age, you know, where McDonald's is trying to be everything to all people, where they're trying to do fruit and yogurt parfaits and salads, it's kind of fun and refreshing to see a place that's like, screw it.
Exactly.
The Fat Shack, not the,
Half fat, half healthy Shack.
yeah, not the
You're
skinny
doing
Fat Shack.
okay, I
Tell
can
everyone, you know,
tell.
it's a cheat day. Don't look at the calories.
That's
Enjoy yourself.
Well, this brings
okay.
me to my
That's
next
good,
topic.
I guess.
In the USA, if you have under 10 locations, you don't have to post the calories.
That's very recent that they started doing that as well now since they've expanded so much.
So, at a place like this, I'm curious if people have walked in, looked at the menu, saw the red calories labeled there, and walked out like, I can't do it.
Surprisingly, if they see the name Fat Shack, they already know what they're walking into.
That's a good point, because the sandwich we're going to be trying today, it's called Fat Shack.
Correct.
It starts with toasted bread. Then add French fries, fried chicken, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, jalapeno poppers,
Yeah.
cheesesteak. If you don't think that's packing enough calories, consider that all of these
Cheese,
things
alright.
are fried. Finally, drizzle it with a honey jalapeno sauce.
It has over 2,500 calories. That's as many calories as an adult male should be eating in a whole day.
Can you guys do it is a real question.
We will probably take a couple bites and take the rest home. John, location 3, meal 3, the last meal of the day and perhaps our lives. That's how I feel. 2,500 calories in one sandwich, and they made it kind of look nice and neat. I mean, they rolled it out like a burrito almost. The meat's juicy.
Definitely juicy and cheesy.
It's got a lot of cheese in there, interspersed, and that's just the first bite, the first layer as you, oh no.
Oh
no.
my god.
No problem. Nobody saw it. Mozzarella stick?
About mozzarella stick. Wow, I speak your language. Wow, so you can eat it in this sandwich or you can just pull it out like this. That's a massive chicken finger. First of all, let me ask this. These are random, strange ingredients to have go together. What do you think about this combination?
For the younger crowd, this definitely would appeal to them.
Why younger people? Because they're dumb?
Taste buds haven't developed completely yet, you know.
Got a little in your beard right there. You just got a little. Are you saving that?
If you're gonna bring it up and embarrass me publicly, then
Well, I'm saving you from embarrassment.
Thank you.
Kids, young people, they're dumb. They don't know what they want. It's like how your kids want chicken nuggets every night.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just want everything on the menu all at once. This definitely accomplishes that in my book.
Absolutely, objectively true. Johnny,
Sonny.
this has been an insane day of eating. Reckless.
For sure, been reckless and dangerous. Duct tape and Monster are holding me together right now. So,
Johnny,
Sonny.
we did it.
Heck yeah.
We tried a lot of foods today, but there can only be one favorite. Which food would you choose to have kill you?
I would definitely choose Death by Poutine.
Ooh.
Yeah, my first Canadian experience. So I really like the pepperiness of it, but also just like the decadence of the cheese and the gravy mixed together was amazing.
Although I do think that poutine is a good choice. My favorite today, the maple bacon Long John donut. There was something so satisfying. Perhaps it's because it was the first meal of the day and I was very hungry, but maybe because the dough was so soft, the
Hi,
frosting was so
Teresa.
sweet and decadent, and the bacon on top, it was crispy and it
I'm
blended
doing
so well with
okay.
all the other
Thanks for
ingredients.
asking.
I loved it.
I think you were
How are
concussed
you?
by the pillow of dough.
Yes, I think that might have been it.
Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of
Yes,
independent creators,
Putin.
and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits.
A piece. Look back here at your crew. Everyone's fit, lifting 50 pounds of trash or dough out of a bag. I don't know.
Donuts, it didn't make it maybe, huh?
Oh, what are you gonna do with that bag?
Yeah, we're going throwing it out.
All right, throw it out into my vehicle. Perhaps. What do you like about putting fries on the bread?
You don't have to get an order of fries on the side or onion rings. You have all that inside your sandwich already.
Sure. I mean, why not just put everything in a horse muzzle
I guess if you want to look at it like that.
and they can just drive and eat?
Is that an option? Can you just get it wet?
I think you can get extra sauce. I don't think they call it getting it wet. But if they do, you know they will trademark it. There's 3 different sizes: small, regular, large. Are they just getting longer with
Yeah,
each one?
so small is about a 6-inch, then you go regular to about a 9, and then 12 inches is the large.
All right.
That's what she said.
Hey, John, do you remember when we were kids and your mom would pick us up sometimes from high school? And one time you were like, bring me something to eat, and she just brought you a loaf of bread? I don't want people to misunderstand. She didn't bring a bunch of sandwiches. She brought John a loaf of bread.
We didn't get real fancy back in the day, you know?
Right, and so did you feel like how I felt? Like when you were young, the eating options were so minimal, and then you get older, you make your own money, and you're like, I'm gonna eat 6 donuts now.
That might have contributed to me getting up to 450 pounds at one time in my life.
We look great now.
Thank you.
Let's try this.
All right.
Let's get back up to 450. Guys, that is it for this video. That is it for Dallas. That is it for Texas. That is it for the USA. And that is it for my good friend, John.
So long.
Can you shake my hand?
Oh, sure.
You can follow John on Nowhere, you psychos. Not everybody is hungry for fame on social media.
I'm just a fan of Sonny.
That is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. You ready for it? A peace. Oh, let's get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be gotcha. But I don't have anything I need to get. Hmm. Eh, I already got the everything I need. Now it's more of farming. Let's go auto first. Okay. Thanks for the donation, Fusion Tech Chan. Thanks for supporting me. And yeah. Thank you so much, Fusion Chan. That is the most direct way of support. All the luck. Yeah. All the luck. I don't need anything though. Thanks for that hack, Fusion-chan. I'm almost at 400. Almost. 4 more. Get west soon. Sorry, Dari-chan. That's farming. I think I need to do something as well. The commission? Let's go do the commission after this. Yay. Two hours and 11 hours. Okay. Commission. Main story with Akane and skill material stage 2 times, door equipment stage 3 times. Um, mm, oh, I thanks Akin-chan. Thanks for the Rolling Thunder-chan. Hey. Thanks for the shout out, Sweet-chan. Smart Action, how was your game? How did your stream go? Reading feedback. Okay. Hey, there you go. Akin-chan. Thanks for the gift sub for the Rolling Thunder Republic-chan. Okay. Do get a good rest, Rolling Thunder-chan. For the new people who followed the raid here, I'm a cyborg and I am also a variety VTuber. Hope you enjoy your stay here with the raid. And also, sorry about the having the requirement of being a follower just for chatting, but that is because of all the bots that has been plaguing Twitch. And amazingly, after having set to follower only chat, they stopped coming. And so yeah. Clear skill material stage 2 times. Let's use an elixir. Two times. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Yay. More materials. Uh, Confirm. And door equipment. Um, Ascension level 4. No thanks. um, Need 3 times. Use. Where's that? No more band hammer. Oh, what's that? Ah, that was too fast. How is revive witch? I guess it's alright. I'm just spending all the stamina potion on the event. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I mean, the sprites is good and fun, and it's pretty. And I've been having fun bullying people. Um, okay. Oh, nice summer. Nice summer. Commission. Lame. Lame. Takes more now. Huh. Takes more shots for next level. Hmm. I need more of this brutal serum. Hmm. Oh, I managed to kill the first level and I already got the reward. Eh? Is that a wound? Ah. Let's use this. To auto.
まさに無限の幻の中で唯一の真実だ。きっとこの世界。なかなか面白そうじゃん。お仕事。
There. Two bodies up. 5 minutes is up.
これが竜族の力じゃ。誰も傷つかなければいいのですが。お仕事お仕事。滅ぶがよい。
Thanks for the hydrate and posture check, sweet child.なかなか面白そうじゃん。滅ぶがよい。
There are some food trends that took the world by storm in the 2010s, only to quickly fade into oblivion. From cake on a stick.
Yes! I love Starbucks cake pops!
To a bender in a can.
Little did we know how destructive that could be.
We're taking a look back at food trends gone by.
The rainbow and unicorn trend is just essentially adding a bunch of different food colorings. It remains to be seen what the health effects of that are.
It's like one of those foods that are super fun to look at, but when you eat it, you're like, ah.
I think the first time I saw a unicorn food was the Starbucks Frappuccino that went super viral.
We have seen unicorn foods paint the food scene rainbow, thanks to a Miami food blogger, Adeline Waugh, who, for better or worse, gave the world unicorn toast.
I feel like rainbow was trying to fit that Instagram aesthetic, but absolutely did nothing for the taste.
Like magic, is that the flavor?
The Rainbow Bagel sprang a small Brooklyn bagel shop into social media infamy, and shops around the world tried to match its success by adding 6 shades of food dye to their foods in an attempt to harness patrons' desire to consume vibrant meals that would otherwise be some variant of brown.
I don't need a rainbow in my bagel, and I don't really need a rainbow in my cake.
People rode that high for way too long. Every single thing was rainbow because it could be.
Then it started peeping into savory foods like the rainbow grilled cheese.
It was cute, people Instagrammed it, and it didn't taste good, so people stopped going.
This trend might not actually be dead yet, but we're hoping it's at least on hospice.
Your food will taste the same rainbow or not, so it can die.
You lived your years, and it is time for you to die. And I'm glad you're gone. I'm sorry.
R.I.P.
Even before Instagram was around to make photo-worthy foods viral, cake pops were making the rounds as the trendy dessert of birthday parties, weddings, and baby showers.
Yes!
I don't think it's...
I love when they bring the snowman back.
Freaking cake pops, man.
A cake pop
It's
is
good.
goodness. It's love. It is a stick that looks like a lollipop, but instead there's cake in it.
I remember being very excited about them because it's like a mini cake that is one serving and appropriate to eat on your own.
They're adorable, they're portable, and they have a not too thick layer of chocolate on top.
They were invented in 2008 by food blogger Bakerella, but they really came into the mainstream when Starbucks started selling them in 2011. From there, it seemed like cake pops would be the next trend to spring out of specialty bakeries. But for one reason or another, fervor subsided, and Starbucks seemed to be the burial ground for the once thriving trend.
Cake pops took over the world for 4 seconds.
You do go to Starbucks and you do see the sad snowman sitting there, and I rarely see people get them.
Starbucks is rooting for them.
Exactly, somebody cares about the cake pops still. I'm so sad about it.
I'm sorry.
I love cake pops.
In 2018, the treats once sold at fancy bakeries saw their biggest distribution come from the dessert aisle at supermarkets.
When's the last time you ate a cake pop?
Footballs for local
We
event.
eat cake pops that often.
Cheers. Yay.
Really good.
It's so moist and chewy.
I've never seen anyone look so satisfied when eating something so simple. So you think we should bring back cake pops?
Bring them back. Bring them back right frickin' now.
Dear Cake Pops, I'm sad to see you go, but I know that you will forever stay in my heart because you were the one thing that made me happy after a long day of work. The end.
This is the most innocent thing I've ever seen happen.
I'm so happy right now.
Okay, hang on. Let me continue. News. Open this up.
With the promise of health benefits and a space gray natural coloring, charcoal became a food trend in 2016. It was touted as a natural, super effective detox, and people couldn't get enough.
The whole idea is that it's black and it's cool and it might maybe be healthy.
I didn't know what to expect. I thought it looked badass. But when I ate it,
Might
it didn't really
maybe
taste
be
like
healthy.
anything. I didn't feel like I was healthier after having it.
It's completely black.
I feel like I'm doing a fingerprint.
Yeah.
Tastes like dirt. No, I enjoy the aesthetics of it. Well, we might have to leave it in the next decade. The government will have no choice.
With a rising trend comes watchful eyes, and almost as soon as the Food and Drug Administration began to look into activated charcoal, it was linked to all kinds of gastrointestinal distress and was even said to lessen the effectiveness of medications like birth control. The food was banned, and the New York Department of Health swiftly began cracking down on restaurants selling any and all activated charcoal products, with Morgenstern's Finest ice cream losing about $3,000 of stock and ingredients used to make its famous black coconut ash ice cream.
Activated charcoal, you came with so many promises of good health. However, I think it's time to say goodbye. You taste like nothing, and you really kind of do nothing, so let's leave that in the 2010s.
Remember when we all drank Four Loko and don't remember it?
A toxic mixture of caffeine and alcohol, Four Loko took college campuses by storm in 2010, but its peak in popularity was short-lived, with a sudden sales crash in the same year when colleges began reporting students falling ill and even dying after benders with the drink.
You saw someone drinking Four Loko, you knew that what they were trying to do.
Yeah, you can kind of pace yourself with other drinks, but with Four Loko, like one sip, like a couple of sips, so it's game over.
Little did we know, when it first came about, like how destructive that could be.
By November 2011, caffeine was
I
pulled
think
from the
why would you
drink
eat
in an
charcoal?
attempt to make it less
People
effective in treating
believe that it was
intoxication,
healthy?
immediately affecting its popularity and sales.
After they took the caffeine out, it was almost like a
But
sparkling
it
seltzer,
was
but they don't
all
do it as
a
well.
marketing
And then it
gimmick.
just went, and you know what? I think it's for the best.
I don't miss Four Loko being cool.
Four Loko can still be purchased at the occasional
And
liquor store.
I
It's
got
even
no
trying to
idea
bring
what
it to
that
the seltzer
is.
market, but the original recipe we knew and loved is gone forever.
Dear Four Loko, you had a really momentous heyday filled with a lot of non-memories. We appreciated it for what it was, only in retrospect, not in the moment. I think it's just best to leave that in the past.
We all remember the slight thrill of knowing that when you're here, you're family. But while chains are still an omnipresent establishment in American culture, in the last decade, sales have dropped for many big-name chains, with several shuttering locations around the world.
It's harder to convince millennials and Gen Z to spend their Friday night going to a TGI Fridays or an Applebee's. They feel like they are of an older generation. It's not going to be the cultural institution it was a decade ago.
Despite a Twitter campaign to stir the masses, IHOP sales have steadily declined for the last 2.5 years.
People
Four
don't want that
Loko
kind
was
of
quite
old,
destructive.
stodgy, average,
So they
casual
will
sit-down
mix
dining chain. And if they're going to spend more,
and
they want it to be a real experience, often at an independent
energy
location.
drink with
In 2019 alone,
120
Applebee's
fruit.
made it just a little bit harder to find half-priced
Imagine
apps,
mixing a
closing
liquor
20
with an
plus
energy
locations.
drink.
But they're actually
Ah.
one of the fortunate ones, with
I
Pizza
see.
Hut closing about 450
I didn't bring
locations
myself
and
to
the
try and
home of
think
the
charcoal.
footlong shuttering over 1,000 doors.
Well,
Even the King isn't
it's
safe.
just a
as
trend, I
250
guess.
Burger Kings closed in just 2019.
I'm not really a
Some
health-conscious
old school chains,
person, so
it's,
I don't really
sad
care.
to hear that millennials killed you, but it was time to evolve. And some people are doing it, some people aren't. So
Nope, not for me. Oops. What was that? Around the world.
There are
No, I
some
don't
food trends
like.
that
Milky ice cream.
The
Let's
meat
look at
pouch
this.
is produced with the same technology that produced food for astronauts. It completely seals out the outside environment and the content inside.
I like that. Space technology.
Since the start of the agricultural
Four
revolution
Loko
over
was
10,000 years ago,
giving kids
mankind
heart
has sought
attack
to
left
make
and
more
right.
food, more quickly,
Ah,
more
I
affordably,
guess.
while using the least amount of effort possible.
I heard
That's
they used to have
bad.
a horse to do this job, but maybe it died?
Now, We have mastered the science of food production. You can see it every time you walk down a supermarket aisle.
Oh.
Every product.
What is this?
Every food that we take for granted has a story.
Oh, is that? It doesn't look 100% like the packaging, but it's something to aspire to.
In this exclusive series, we're visiting some of Asia's most fascinating food factories.
Hey, good job, everybody. Cool.
Witnessing what happens when some of the world's top engineers put their brains together.
Our R&D team is making new products almost every day.
Designing modern, miraculous, one-of-a-kind machines with only
Oh, there's a lot of chili.
to make food on a massive scale.
Does this production line ever stop?
We work 24 hours per day.
Wow.
Like this ice cream factory, where a uniquely engineered contraption pumps out 12,000 frozen treats per hour.
Wow.
Or this sausage factory,
I just want to put my mouth there, but I will not do that.
where they stuff thousands of delicious wieners each day.
When your workers leave, do you check their pockets for sausages?
Or a noodle factory, where modern-day manufacturing allows them to produce over 1 billion packs of ramen per year.
I noticed the shooting here is a bit
Wow.
restrictive. Why is that?
The world of food manufacturing is intense.
They have to make something that's going to appeal to
Yeah,
the mainstream.
24
They have
hours
to
per
make it
day.
quick and
Yeah.
affordably, or else people are not gonna
I
eat
guess
it.
the
Competition is fierce.
production-wise, but the workers should get back home after a while.
Until now. The Best Ever Food Review Show team is getting a rare look behind the scenes,
Oh, there it is.
revealing industry secrets,
Oh, that's where the texture comes from.
bringing our cameras to show
Oh, the mozzarella.
what no member of the public has seen before.
I've heard these are among some of the top rated in the world, but how does that work?
From local countryside operations
Have you ever tried to make a giant spring roll from one of these? No, that's a good pity laugh. Why does this guy have a show?
all the way to some of the biggest, baddest manufacturers in the world.
We're all bundled up. We're safe. What do I do if I have to pee?
Today's mission, one of the most legendary items on supermarket shelves, instant noodles. I'm heading to a giant instant noodle factory, a place where they're producing over 1 billion packages of noodles each year.
We work 24 hours per day.
So how do they do it? Let's find out.
Street food for breakfast.
Our breakfast today goes back 3 generations. The dish's base is built upon humble instant noodles. But this foundation created the bedrock for a 30-year street food icon.
So we've come to a street food spot. The woman manning the station, she has a reputation for being, some people say mean.
I don't think she's mean. She's very strict and straightforward. She doesn't yell at any customers, but yell at her team because she wants everything to be very fast.
Oh, the command center.
Yeah,
Yes.
the command center.
Right now is a moment of calm. She's not said anything for at least 10 seconds.
The noodles are served dry to prevent oversaturation. The soup is prepared separately, containing herbs, an egg, and 4 different
Yummy,
types
all
of
the
meat.
noodles.
The rest
Yeah.
is up to you.
You know that instant noodle is
But
very
it's
malnutritious.
instant
Except for the taste, it's very
noodle.
addictive. This way of eating really adds more nutrition into it.
Let's try it out.
Very tasty. I saw that she didn't measure all the seasoning she added into, but
No,
yeah.
not at all. Nice texture, not overcooked, just full of seasoning, full of flavor. So then you try some noodle, you jump over to here, and then you try some beef. This makes me so happy. Well, I know you're a big fan of fresh food, and vegetables especially. But here, these noodles are processed. How does that make you feel?
I really enjoy instant noodles.
You do?
Yes, it is like the food from my childhood, and also it tastes very good.
Yeah, it's very satisfying. It's very addictive. But what if I told you almost everything here is processed? I mean, if you look at the meatball, shrimp paste, these noodles, and actually any type of noodle is technically processed. So that word processed has a very negative association. But what's fascinated me always is how they can take something like noodles and mass produce it in one factory, make thousands or millions of packages in a day. You're doing a good job listening.
Vietnam is one of the top 5 consumers of instant noodles in the world. In a country of over 90
Yeah, you
million,
give a
the average
snack.
person slurps down 53 packages of noodles per
You're hungry again, Fusion Chan.
truly show their noodle devotion even
Oh
more than
boy.
countries like Korea. Let's find out.
Here we've come to the mecca of all things
I haven't
packaged
eaten
and
yet.
processed. This is an Asian grocery store. And for me, Asian grocery stores blow out of the water the boring markets where I come from. Worms. You can just buy worms. I don't think
Ooh.
you could do that in my hometown. I think
Ew.
that sucks. You ever buy the worms?
Yes.
As a joke?
No, we really eat it.
Here, look at these little balls. It says sausage hot la.
Hello.
What's that mean?
Means balls. Ball shape.
Say,
Try snake skin gurabi.
oh,
It
it's
means
snakeskin gurami. It looks
balls.
a
That
bit
sounds
flat,
so
like this
wrong.
fish needs mouth to mouth. What is this?
Jellyfish. It's usually used for salad.
A salad. You like this one?
Yeah, I like it.
Does the jellyfish taste like anything? Don't say it tastes like jellyfish.
Tastes like jelly.
What's happening?
Oh, like chicken.
Like chicken. That's an Asian thing. Worms isn't really
And you know, the best section
in my
by
diet.
far in an Asian supermarket is right here. There's so many noodles.
Thanks for the follow, Sniper
Even
Chan.
with some pretty fancy packaging.
What are some of your favorite noodles in here that you see? Are there noodles from your childhood or from your college days?
This flavor.
This one?
Stir fry.
Come here,
The
just
video we're
stay
doing
here.
today, it's actually through the company called V-Phone. They make noodles.
Okay, here.
Oh, it's a great. What noodle here do you like?
Yeah, this one. This one is from my childhood.
Did you really eat this when you were younger?
Yes.
Oh, you did? So you're not making up a childhood memory just to satisfy the people at V-Phone?
This is my family's favorite.
V-Phone, a legitimate childhood memory. So when I look at a Korean noodle, it's monstrous. And then I look at a Vietnamese noodle, and it's very cute and petite.
I think because the portion of Vietnamese meal is very small, and another one is they make it small so it's affordable for everyone.
Let's compare the price. Oh, wow. So
Oh.
this is 3,600 dong, 16, 17 cents. For the Korean one, it's $1. So it seems like this is bigger. But in reality, if you pay the same amount of money, you're getting this many noodles versus this many noodles. Why does your dad like this one so much?
This is one of the first flavor noodle.
What flavor do they have before that? Just sadness?
Two shrimp.
Oh, the two shrimp.
This is the first ever Vietnamese instant noodle. It came out just 7 years after the invention of instant noodles in Japan in 1958. In fact, mee tom, or shrimp noodles, is now a word used to refer to any type of instant noodle. And we're about to learn where these iconic curly-shaped noodles got their ways.
Oh, we are here with Ling, Deputy Director here at V-Phone. Sir,
Nice
pleasure.
to meet you.
Also, you're known as the boss of noodles. Is that right?
This is just one of V-Phone's warehouses, responsible for distribution to the north side of Vietnam. Oh, and 100 other countries around the world.
How many packages of noodles do you think you make in a year?
In the billions.
Billions.
In the
You
billions.
see here is the
Wow.
result of over 50 years of history and non-stop innovation in the field of instant noodle production. Here, they've taken Vietnam's favorite street food
What
flavors
flavor?
like
Sadness.
bông bò Huế, cua, and beef pho,
Yeah,
and
you
cleverly
really want
transformed them
some
into
food now?
affordable instant versions. But let's not forget that one special
food.
product that started it all. Two Shrimps instant
It's-
noodles.
Here we are.
Here we are.
We're all bundled up.
Vietnam,
We're
right?
safe. What do I do if I have to pee? So this is a factory where you're making noodles. But what noodles in particular are you making?
Mee hai tom noodles. It's a classic Vietnamese taste.
The base for these
okay,
noodles is wheat flour
Sui-chan.
that's mixed with water to create
Go
the
have a
dough.
good rest.
The dough starts rough and coarse, but begins to smooth as it passes
Yeah,
through
I'm
several
having
compound
Vietnamese
dough
tomorrow.
sheeters, kneading the dough until it has a consistent texture and the perfect thickness for this type of noodle. Then it passes through a roll slitter, a cylinder specially designed to cut the exact shape and thickness of the noodle. This rolling blade slits the dough into the noodle's signature
Lucky.
curly shape. Now this long, continuous stream of noodles heads to the steamer where the dough gets cooked through. It's still far from the shape we witnessed this morning at breakfast, but there's a lot left to do.
Let me take a pause first. Let's 2 hours long. Okay, that's all done. So
Next, these noodles get a hit of flavor as they pass through the seasoning waterfall.
Okay, seasoning waterfall. That's so
Now this
interesting.
long, unruly strand of noodles is finally cut into exact portions. And those portions are placed in molds. Not only are the noodles steamed, but now they'll also be fried. The color changes from this to this, giving the noodles their distinct color. After frying, the noodles are cooled, bringing down the temperature, prepping them for the packaging room.
Do you think you make a kilometer worth of noodles in a day?
Oh, much more.
More than a kilometer. All right, well, we can extrapolate that later.
Yeah.
Now the noodles are topped with sauté and
you
seasoning
get-
packets,
you get
then
it for
wrapped in their
tomorrow.
final packaging. The same exact style packaging that was used 50 years ago.
I'm not the kind to abide to my stereotype. You'd be surprised if you took a look inside. I simply walk by these intimidated eyes.
Well, Joe, we just toured a whole noodle factory. And it turns out right here is the final resting place of noodles, other than our stomachs.
And action!
Ooh.
I should also say, it is the basic noodle. Nothing glamorous here. I think I found one piece of one scallion. It's a nice scallion. We don't want it to get oversaturated. That's the problem.
Yeah, it will soak in a lot of water and like not tasty anymore. It's like nostalgia.
The noodles themselves taste kind of weedy. It's a bit
There's so
savory,
many
a
to
bit
pick from.
MSG, but not a strong flavor. I should state that these are 3,000, super affordable. And then I think it's kind of up to you to add
It's
more, like the lady we went to this
only-
morning.
Yes.
It's like putting a cherry on a sundae or putting a bandana
One-
on an already good-looking guy.
With no ice.
15 cents.
So this
It's only
is how they
15
started, but this
cents.
company has expanded greatly since they began, even pioneering and innovating modern food technology. Like these
That
more
looks like a
premium
candy
instant
store to
vermicelli
you.
noodles. Prepared like any other instant noodle, except it also comes with a meat pack,
Oh.
and the cost 5 times the price of our 2 shrimp friends, but still under $1.
This one is based off of the popular Bun Bo Hui. So I'm noticing a theme here. They've tried to take a lot of the flavors of popular street food noodles and then condense it into a package like this. And
Oh,
even
cook
here,
flat.
this noodle is completely different than the last one. This is more of like a rice noodle.
Rice noodles.
And then they have real pieces of meat,
Yeah.
apparently.
It's beef. It's quite chewy. It still keep the texture of the beef.
Pretty good texture. It's almost like a rehydrated beef
Haha,
jerky. I'm
that's
gonna make
so
some
cheap.
bun, some broth, some meat, all of it all
How
together.
much does it cost over there, Cyber?
The texture of the noodle is chewier than the fresh noodles.
Right, they have a noodle here that you have to
Since you
kind of
had
rehydrate.
pho.
So it's not like a fresh vermicelli, but it's pretty
I think
close.
I
But
had
the
pho
flavor
quite
overall, I think is quite good.
often.
You know what's interesting though? Probably for twice the price, you could probably get a real bowl of Bun Bo Hui on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's like quite a challenge that they're up against. But aside from Bun Bo Hui, they have Hut Yu, and the next one we're gonna try, pho.
Vietnam is a country obsessed with innovating new and creative ways to use rice. Rice noodles, thick rice sheets, rice paper, even rice straws. Vphone has been part of this innovation, developing rice-based instant products. They're healthier, super versatile, and especially delicious when paired with a meat pack.
The meat pouch is produced with the same technology that produced food for astronauts.
I like that, space technology.
What you see here is the iconic Vietnamese pho, mass-produced at an unimaginable scale, and we are part of the fortunate few who have been granted access to see the process in person. Well, us and all of you watching. First, the rice is cleaned and soaked in water until it becomes soft. This bucket elevator also helps remove unqualified grains. The survivors all fall into a grinding machine that we're not allowed to show you. But between you and me, the grinding machine is used for grinding, turning the rice into a silky water rice liquid that looks like meat.
Rice straw.
That rice liquid is pumped into a trough where a roller picks up a
50
thin
a
layer
pack
and
is
spreads it
still,
evenly
I mean,
over a white matte
45
conveyor belt
cents
where it
per pack is
disappears
still
into a
nice.
steamer. We can't
Still
show you the
alright.
steamer, but between you and me, the steamer steams the rice sheets.
I noticed the shooting here is a bit restrictive. Why is that?
We are the first company in Vietnam to produce this, and we came up with the technology. I'm really sorry that we couldn't show you more.
This is known as man pho, or a rice noodle sheet. From here, the rice sheet is cut, dried, portioned, and set en route to the packaging area. Here, the noodles are met with seasoning packs that descend from the heavens, then plop perfectly on top. Awaiting their final wrapper. Seasoning packs, wrappers, cutting.
Okay.
It all happens with precise and meticulous timing,
thanks for
so
the
each
rip,
package looks
Sumika.
exactly the same. Each package goes through a metal detector to ensure there are no unwanted foreign materials inside. Each
How
noodle
was
is
your
weighed,
stream,
and at last they're boxed
Sumika?
and ready to hit the road. Two of the most popular
Thanks
flavors,
for the
chicken pho, and
shout-out,
the one I can't wait to
Sumika.
try for the first time, beef pho.
Thanks for the Richard. Thanks for the shout out. Oh, Pokemon Brilliant
Vietnam is
Diamond.
really renowned, especially for its pho.
And shiny
And the
pho.
staple of any good pho, most
How
people would
was
say,
your
is in
game?
the
How was your stream, Sumika?
And the broth, it's not known for being something instant. Good pho shops are waking up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., throwing pork bones and some water.
Like 12 hours.
It takes time and the right blend of ingredients to create a really complex flavor. Here, they're attempting to do the same thing in 30 seconds. Let's taste the broth.
So I expect more than
Uh,
that.
thanks for the pillow, little chan.
But the traces
Hope you
of
enjoy
the
your
staples
stay
of
here.
pho are still there.
Yeah, I think they've done a pretty good job.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go get the food.
I'm impressed with the texture of
I
it.
go get some
Right? I am
food.
too, actually. I think the noodles, they're not overly soft, but they're not like the last one where it was
yeah,
overly hard.
it's-
It's a pretty good balance.
This is like half
It's,
the price of the real pho noodles.
Right. And again,
It's
that's the
making me
challenge.
hungry as well.
If you're in a quarantine, or if you're just hungry in your dorm room, it's a very good alternative. If you were to add a step to suggest a way to make it a little better,
A separate
Working
package of
rate.
fresh herbs, dry fresh herbs.
oh, right, that is the element that's missing. Because usually you would have fresh basil, mint, coriander.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they'll take that
Yum.
feedback and we'll see that soon.
Factory food is food trying to find a balance between quality and affordability. Made possible by those who think outside the box. Pushed forward by engineers designing and building one-of-a-kind mammoth
Yeah,
machines
for
that have
the
never existed
readers.
before.
I am a cyborg
Our factory series continues as we take a closer look
I'm also a
inside
variety
Asia's
streamer.
busiest sausage factory.
So that's what I'm streaming right now.
Learning how to maintain quality
High safety standards.
while pumping
And I
out
hope you
millions
guys
of meat
enjoy
pounds per year.
Whoa, that's more meat than
your
I can
stay
eat in a
here.
decade.
So invite the boys over and order a Meat Lovers. This is gonna be sausage overload.
Now you really need
Right now
her.
we are in food shop, but this food shop is not any food shop. They're
It's
selling
it
sausages.
looks
Every
really
kind of
good.
sausage you can imagine, and about 3 or 4 that you could not imagine. Hello, ma'am. Hi, how are you? Can you ask her how many sausages do you have?
Ở đây mình có bao nhiêu loại xúc xích vậy em?
Back for more factory food fun. Friend of the show, Jupe.
So they have 5 main types of sausage here.
5?
Yeah, 5.
Oh, I thought it'd be a lot more than 5.
This shop, opened just a year ago, is the only one of its kind, and their sausages fill up over 500 customers per day.
Today we're undergoing an epic sausage journey. These are words I never thought I would say. We're gonna have a long, hard day. It's gonna be like a sausage party. Have you ever been to a sausage party?
Sausage fest.
If you arrived at the sausage party, it would no longer be a sausage party. Have you ever been to a sausage? You know what? Let's continue. We're kind of getting a taste of the sausage. They have 5 main kinds of dogs, but you can put them in a bun. They have them in corn dogs. This is
A
tough.
great way to
Okay, I want one
relax.
of these,
Thanks
one
for
of these,
saying
one of
so,
these, one of these, one of
Solidarity.
these, and one of these. And one one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and and a cheese dog. Now, can you tell me, is that a lethal amount of sausage? It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sausage me up.
All the sausages are sliced on the sides to maximize the surface area, creating more crispiness.
This is the sausage scene of my
That's
sausage
new.
dream. Feel free to just list them out.
This is the Creole sausage, the traditional German one.
It tastes traditional, German.
Oh.
Is there some guy named Hans at their factory who made this? A little sweet, very salty. Juicy. Are we really going to try
Melting.
every hot dog here? Here they've taken corn dog technology to new heights. It's so technologically advanced it doesn't even have a hot dog inside. It's just full of cheese.
They call it hot
Freezing,
dog.
man, freezing.
They try to penetrate the market with the name
You
that
can
Vietnamese
go
is
high
calling it.
energy
I don't know if you can say
streamer.
penetrate the market in a sausage episode.
Yeah, I'm
doing my best
usually
to keep this
chill,
one
I
clean.
guess.
You're talking about penetrating the market. All right, let's penetrate this cheese dog. What I like most about that is there's cheese inside.
I think there's butter inside. the
It
batter.
looks
Which makes
good.
it better. So, from here, we're actually going to a sausage factory and we're gonna go meet Hans himself.
Always a fun time with
All the
me.
sausages we just
Oh,
ate
thanks
were
for saying
produced
so,
in this
Vision
factory.
Chan.
This is the high-tech, high-quality headquarters belonging to Duc Viet Company, one of the major sausage players in the sausage game here in Vietnam.
Right now we are with Duan, factory manager. Sir, thank you very much for having us today. What an honor to come to your empire of sausages.
This sausage empire produces
Ooh.
88 different products, including various types of cold cuts, processed foods, and of course, sausages.
Do you have a German guy named Hans who helped develop the German sausage recipe?
The name of the company is Đức Việt, which means Germany and Vietnam. And it was founded by a Vietnamese guy and a German guy named Cavalli. And all the technology, the
Well,
recipe
I've
came
been
from that guy.
switching
Okay, fantastic.
between
Let's go check out some
the food
sausages.
and revive food. Let me switch to revive food now. Oh. Oh. Level up.
Duan, is that you? Okay, good. I just want to make sure we got the right guy. Every time I look around, I lose you. We've entered the factory. It's much colder than I expected, but that makes sense.
Right now, we're in the mixing room. Here, the cold working environment keeps the bacteria in check. It also helps preserve the meat textures while they're being mixed.
This machine I'm standing next to, what do you call this?
Yeah, this is a mixing machine.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
I
oh
thought
my
it would have
God.
a more epic name. I would call it like Hercules or King Kong, but that's okay.
This behemoth of a mixing machine has one sole purpose: blending together tons of meat and transforming it into delicious meat gloop.
Have you ever had a person fall in there?
Meat glue.
I love the look of you don't want to translate it. It's a fair question. I think a lot of people are wondering, have you ever had a person fall
Look
in and get ground
nasty.
into
Yeah,
sauce?
it does.
No one has ever been hurt from this machine.
I'm glad we asked that. Now we know.
Every hour, more than 2.5 tons of meat and fat go through this machine.
It does look yucky.
With the meat gloop now perfectly gloopy, it's ready for the next step.
But then again, we
The
eat
next
all
step
the
in this sausage-making
sausages
journey
as well.
is the stuffing. Giving our formless meat gloop a home. This is where sausages get their form, shape, and size. Some sausages get stuffed by an automated stuffer.
We're
Where do I buy a machine like that?
They imported this
We
machine
had
from
some
overseas.
tasty sausage
So I have to go
earlier.
like online, like Amazon.com maybe?
Exactly.
This machine can pop out an average of over 1,300 meat pounds per hour.
It's like a laser beam of sausages. It's kind of beautiful. You can't tell, but I'm smiling with joy under this mask.
The only drawback is the sausages must use the more robust, less breakable collagen casings. Effective, but not nearly as tasty as intestinal casings.
How much does a machine like that cost?
$250,000.
Wow, that's almost as much as my college.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the
The more coarse sausages are stuffed by hand,
stage and leave with
using the more delicate intestines, usually from pigs or sheep.
mama flick up. Bill, I'm in the
Intestines contain fat, so when these sausages cook up later, they'll be encased in a fatty wrapper that pushes even more flavor into the meat.
Straight from the mud like Ruby. Straight to the stage, they love me.
After these sausages are stuffed, expert meat handlers skillfully string the meat sticks on a steel rod and hang them from a cart.
Came in with the what's that? Left out with the who
Wow.
This cart doubles as a vehicle and a cooking
That
room.
sausage
When it's
machine
full,
goes through
they hitch a
too.
ride to the steaming room. In the steaming room, the sausages are sealed in a steaming chamber with all their friends. Here, they get steamed for around 20 minutes. This cooks the sausages all the way through and kills any remaining bacteria. After that, they get smoked for an additional 15 minutes. This adds another layer of rich, smoky flavor.
This is the smoke room. Right next to the steam room, here they've got smoke on a massive scale. Inside of here, they've got these oak chips all the way from Germany. So they use the oak chips to create the smoke, and then they have this advanced piping system. They'll move the smoke from here across to the other room into the steamer. It's smoking on a scale like you have never seen before.
After the steaming and smoking, the sausages are moved to the final step. One last check.
Eh. Looks ready to eat already.
So right now we're in the packaging room, and here, one of the most amazing machines I've ever seen.
Yeah, it does look good, huh?
It takes all these sausages that are linked by a casing and then cuts in between each sausage, and it must do like a mile of sausage a minute. Look at this thing just spewing out sausages. I love it. I just want to put my mouth there, but I will not do that. That would not be sanitary. So we have finally made it to the end of the sausage making process. Before the sausages are released into the wild, they come here. Obviously, at the very end, you have to do your quality assurance, making sure just the best wieners are getting out there to be in the public's hands and mouths. Do you ever have hot dog rejects?
The checking will be done by the workers here. When they put the sausage inside the bag, they need to check.
Each product here is judged under strict criteria like color, shape, and size. If all the sausages meet all the requirements, if they're all perfectly uniform, only then can they be packed and sealed in their final home. After packing, they'll go through a metal detector, ensuring there are
That's
no
a lot.
unwanted items left behind, like that one time Larry lost his wedding ring in the meat glue. Joking, just joking.
My last question, but it's very serious, okay? Don't laugh. When your workers leave, do you check their pockets for sausages?
They don't bring it home, but they usually like hiding somewhere in the factory and eat the sausage.
Well, it's almost irresistible. That steaming room smells delicious, so I get it. All right, thank you so much for your time. A riveting experience, so cool.
After winning the golden ticket to this sausage factory dreamland, I'm ready to get out into the real world and witness how
Oh,
everyday
that's
folks
a
are using these
huge
products in their
factory.
own street food creations. So, Juke brought us here.
Sin Chow Jake. So right now we're at your mobile food cart. You weren't here a moment ago, and now you are.
Ms. Feng has been a mobile vendor for 9 years. She starts every day
Okay,
early in the
hang
morning.
on. Let's check. Use. Start.
And drives around the streets of Hanoi until she sells out.
Here you have classic Hanoian food. We've got sticky rice. Inside, it's stuffed with mung bean, pork fat,
Pork belly.
pork belly, I meant. And on the side, Duc Viet Sisik. That's how you say sausage in Vietnamese. Suk sik. So, ma'am, what is it that you love so much about Duc Viet sausages?
The quality of the sausage from Duc Viet is very good, and also our customers really like this type of sausage.
Well, I can't wait to try it out. Thank you so much. Right here, we have our sticky rice all cut up into little pieces and that classic Duc Viet sausage sliced up. Try it out.
Yeah, let's try.
Oishi. Do you think it's true they never accidentally turned a human into a bunch of sausage? You think that's true?
That's Japanese. My God.
I don't know.
You're questioning it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed confident in the factory, but you never know. So, the perfect pairing. She's fried up the sticky rice. It's become crunchified on the outside, and you can see the inside layer. Oh, that's a nice piece of pork belly. The outside is crunchy from the sticky rice, but inside it's just kind of a smooth, somewhat savory, but pretty mild mashed potato feeling. And then you gotta pair that with the very salty.
I guess it's makes sense.
Is it a sausage or a hot dog? Now I don't know. I've been in Asia too long. My wiener meter is all off. Either way, let's go back to Ho Chi Minh City and see sausage culture there.
From Hanoi, we're heading south to Saigon for one last treat.
Oh,
Here, Ms.
Saigon.
Lang has been attracting crowds with her creative take on sausages since she was 15 years old. She calls it bread and hot pan with full toppings. The name might need work, but the food does not. It starts with a sunny side up egg. Oh, sorry, I mean a sunny side up egg. She whips another egg with chili sauce. Next, onions, canned mackerel, scissored sausage, and my favorite, her insanely
thanks for
crispy
the
sausage.
hydrate and posture
Toss
check,
on
soy
some processed
Terry-chan.
laughing cow cheese and a lethal dose of soy sauce. Time to eat.
We've teleported all the way to Saigon, where they have another wonderful use of sausages. Here, we've got some banh mi. She's toasted this, cut it up. I'm gonna put cheese on this one. A little bit of egg yolk. Oh, that's nice. And then some sausage. Bing bong.
This is exactly my kind of eat.
What do you like about it?
Everything is very balanced. I don't like bacon, but I like this kind of fried sausage.
How do you not like bacon? Did
How
you
is
take
that?
a pet when you grew up?
No, my pet was a fish.
How is that balance?
Got it. To me, it's all just like heavy
Meal,
breakfast.
there's
I wouldn't
no
want to have this every day,
veggie.
but I love the egg, some meat, a ton of sauce, and a wedge of cheese. Anyways, early on, when we went to food shop, I feel like I was a little dismissive. Are we really gonna try
It does
every hot
look
dog here? I
tasty,
didn't
but
pay
it's
the
not
sausage enough
balanced.
respect. And then after seeing all the work that goes into it, the attention to detail, I really came to appreciate these simple things that are in front of
We
me right
used to
now.
live in Saigon. Nice.
Japan. They're known for their sushi, famous for their wagyu, and loved for their ramen. But what about Japanese-made sandwiches?
A Japanese recipe eaten in Vietnam. Let's try it out.
Inside most of Asia's famous convenience stores, you'll find a cooler section packed with fresh, ready-to-eat snackables. These foods have an origin story that's never been released to the public until now.
What were the biggest challenges in opening this factory?
So actually, everything was challenging.
Today's mission, seeing how the Japanese culture of refinement and perfection has been applied to dozens of ready-to-eat mini-stop favorites. I'm heading to a giant factory in a non-disclosed location, uncovering the secrets of the perfect crustless sandwich, convenience store sushi, and more. So how do they do it? Let's find out.
Lau.
Yes.
Here we are in one of my favorite places, an Asian convenience store. So there's something special about convenience stores in Asia. They're always packed with super unique, original, sometimes unbelievable, unfathomable products, like ice cream. You'll find ice cream flavored like corn. Does that seem okay to you?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Wrong.
Why?
It's super weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think like simply you can put any single flavor in ice cream. Like
broccoli? I know it. They have corn ice cream. How about you try that one?
It's really good.
I try some of yours?
Sure. It had corn in it.
No,
What's a con-
Here
what's
we
a
have the
convenient?
grilled seaweed roll. I don't know what that is, but here you go. There's one for you. Oh, it's literally just a round piece of seaweed. Oh, it's seriously spicy. What is this?
The skins of animals or whatever.
Oh, just skin of animal.
Oh, fish, I guess.
They put the word collagen on it. Ooh.
Skin.
Not fishy at all.
No. Can I have one more?
Yeah, it was good. Now, we've come to the most epic section of any Asian convenience store. The refrigerator, holding all the fresh items brought very recently. We've got sandwiches, noodly items.
Sushi also?
There's sushi
Yeah.
here, and even kimbap, originally known as onigiri. Do you ever wonder how this stuff got here?
Maybe it distributed from different factories around.
They got to make a lot of sandwiches in one day, right?
Sure.
If only we could discover where all this delicious food really came from.
That's gonna be really awesome.
Mom, I have a surprise for you. Today, we're taking a field trip to the factory that makes sandwiches.
Really?
Sounds
That's
pretty good, huh?
Cool, yeah.
Let's teleport. Mr. Serizawa, Takaya,
Nice to meet you.
thank you so much for having us today.
Welcome to Japan Best Foods, one of the first to put ready-to-eat fresh foods on shelves here in Vietnam. Operating under their Japanese parent company, Nitto Best, Japan Best Foods has brought their knowledge, equipment, and technology to Vietnam in hopes of carving out a whole new industry here. Currently, they're producing 30,000 meals every day with over 90 different products.
Is this the first country that you've been to outside of Japan?
Yes.
Is that right? So why did you choose Vietnam and not Thailand or some other country?
First of all, the food
Japanese
culture of
convenience
Vietnam
store,
seems
the
similar
ones
to
in
Japan
Canada
because
sucks.
there is no restriction.
I
But
can
think
see the
Thailand,
same
they
for
don't
Australia.
Prefer to eat beef.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Vietnam is among the top 3 most vibrant retail markets in all of Asia, with over 4,000 convenience stores across the country, making it the hotspot for convenience store brands looking to cash in. But there's a problem. In Vietnam, street food is everywhere.
Yeah.
This is also fresh food made on the spot in large quantities for very little money. You can get this for under $1. So can a foreign food company compete or attempt to change an eating culture that's been around for centuries?
Oh, I'm salivating. Salivating.
This factory's production line includes every step of the food making process: cooking, mixing, assembling, and packaging. Beyond production, they also run an ambitious research and development program. In this room, they invent and develop new products almost daily. More on that later.
Mr. Takaya, while we're in the factory, we're gonna talk about 2 main foods that I see all the time. One is a sandwich.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later. The other one is kimbap, but in Japanese it's called onigiri.
Onigiri, yes.
Which country invented that?
It's from Japan.
Really? Would Korean people agree with that?
I hope so.
How many different types are you making?
20 onigiri.
Oh wow, that's a lot, way more than I thought.
So what is the best-selling one? Grilled chicken onigiri and tuna mayonnaise onigiri.
Yeah, I love tuna mayo.
I like tuna too.
Much of this factory is about as chill as a refrigerator.
It must under 10 degrees.
So any food that needs to be cooked for any product gets cooked here in the hot room. Right now, they're working on the minced grilled chicken onigiri. Before being sent to the mixing room, the cooked food is temperature tested to ensure any potential bacteria are deceased.
Grill fillings is one of the popular flavor of onigiri in Vietnam, but it's not popular in Japan.
Is it even available in Japan?
I don't think so.
It's only for Vietnam.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Running to the
Here,
kitchen
the
for a
chicken is
quick
mixed
snack.
with a
Go
5-spice
ahead,
sauce,
go
a
ahead,
famous
kitchen time.
Chinese spice blend that's long been a part of Vietnamese traditional cuisine. Then, these ingredients all head to the next room for assembly. This is where everything comes together, the assembly and packaging of all their products. Next, these rice vessels are filled with grilled chicken.
They
She
have their
will
own
slice up portions
R&D.
of the filling by hand. Not too much, not too little.
Yeah.
Just the right amount so the next step can be carried out successfully.
Right here we have the onigiri machine. Every hour it's pumping out 3,000 of these suckers. What's remarkable is the level of detail and thought that goes into everything they do here, because the standards they're operating at are well above any that they're obligated to by any governing bodies. For example, here they have a mini X-ray. Even if they find a single eyelash inside, the machine is going to stop and they're going to throw it out.
This is the typical onigiri shape, but this food can take many forms. All you need is a specifically engineered machine created by Japanese food scientists. Easy, right? Next, this naked rice vessel heads through the packaging machine where it's wrapped with seaweed and sealed in plastic to keep it fresh. There's something magical happening here. It's not easy to see at first, but we will reveal it starting now.
So we have to use number 1 here, this pull tab that splits the plastic in half, and we pull out side number 2. It slides this layer between the seaweed
interesting.
and the rice out. Because if the seaweed was actually touching the rice, it would get soggy. We want crunchy seaweed. And layer 3 comes out. Here, as you can see, there's a big rice triangle, but now we have fresh, crunchy seaweed. Should we give it a bite? Let's go for it. I didn't reach the filling yet, but already I love the taste of crunchy seaweed with rice. That alone is a yummy snack. Interesting. Chicken flavor is really good. It's kind of peppery, succulent, but you know what would be good? Chicken mayo. There's a lot more stuff to try. Maybe we grab a few different items, head to the table, try it out.
Japan Best Foods has a huge focus on freshness with very little time to turn around product requests. Here's how it works. First, they take orders from 600 convenience stores around Saigon. Then, they must produce those orders the same day. By midnight, it's already on store shelves.
Wow.
Unlike making instant noodles, where you can have thousands or millions of packages sitting on shelves waiting to be sold, this is a zero inventory business.
You guys have convenience store sushi.
Yes.
How long can it hang out on the shelf before it has to be thrown away?
2 days.
2 days.
When arrive to the store.
I mean, my standards are much lower than yours, I can tell you that. I had a sandwich in my fridge from like 2 weeks ago.
The sushi are stuffed with a variety of potential ingredients. Later, each piece is cut by a machine before heading to the assembly room.
As it moves down the assembly line, they already have the sushi made. At this point, they just need to put it into each of the packages, close it up, tape it, label it, and send it out.
So we grabbed every kind of sushi they have here, 15 different flavors. They actually give you a little packet of soy sauce on the side.
I do the Vietnamese way. I just...
Oh, with your teeth? The American way, we use a gun. Tuna, here, let's try this one. Quite good. Over here,
you
they have
just
some more like
eat.
advanced style sushi.
Now you're
This one
hungry
is
again.
egg mayo. This one is mayonnaise.
You're going to get fat watching this.
A little bit of corn.
I'm sorry.
Mayonnaise, rice, soy sauce. My 3 favorite flavors together.
I haven't eaten yet.
So much. This is good.
Here for the sushi, we got egg, cucumber. Is that also cucumber? That's cheating, guys. What the F? 6 cucumbers out of 15 pieces? This has some pork, carrot, Whittier mushroom. What's interesting to me, there's not like a lot of raw salmon, raw tuna.
Yeah.
They've intelligently designed a sushi menu that works for these conditions.
Well, I think that the idea of bringing sushi into the convenience store is great because, you know, for a long time, like sushi we consider like something fancy.
That's right.
That's good.
Except for the cucumber. Not a big fan.
I fully expect
it's fine.
to excel at convenience store
It's
immunity
fine,
and
Solitary
sushi.
Chan.
What about Japanese sandwiches?
In a month, how many sandwiches do you think you're making and putting out?
100,000 pack per month.
And last question is a pretty serious one. Why do Japanese people hate bread crust so much?
耳をなんで取るんですかねって。なんで嫌いなんですかねって。We don't know.
If you know a thing or two about Japan, this machine probably won't surprise you. They've engineered a highly advanced technology just for this.
Eh?
This machine's only purpose is to remove the bread crust, a process whose origin they can't even explain.
Does that
I
get
love
thrown in the
bread
trash or does that get
crust.
reused somewhere?
Actually, it's going to be a trash and it will become a feed.
Oh, okay. So other animals like pigs or something will eat it? That's not trash. It's like still being used.
Instead of a crust-hating machine, they could have built a sandwich-filling machine. But here, they think that job is best done by human sandwich-building specialists. The sandwich marches down the conveyor belt as it goes from concept to being. Each specialist adds a new layer of flavor or an ingredient until the product becomes whole and self-actualized. All these ingredients were recently brought together in the mixing room, like this egg salad made with diced up hard-boiled eggs and tangy mayonnaise. Or this tuna salad, tuna mixed with tangy mayonnaise. Or, well, just about anything else you could imagine mixed with tangy mayonnaise.
Tangy mayonnaise.
After the sandwich has become whole, the executioner chops it in half, creating triangular-shaped sandwiches, ready for the packaging stage, which is also conducted by human packaging specialists. The sandwich is stationed in its final resting place and put back on the conveyor belt, awaiting the next step, where it'll get sealed up and labeled. The finished product will go through a quality check machine to ensure consistency.
I like that.
Me too.
There's a little bit of onion.
They love veal.
Fake crab legs.
Yeah,
But the bread
I mean
is really
Japanese
soft. The
usually
type of
do
bread
that.
just gets stuck to the roof of your mouth. Tuna with mayo and your favorite, corn.
Yeah.
You're into cornography. Sorry, so they have the tuna, they have grilled chicken, and then the pinnacle of convenience store sandwiches, especially when it comes to Japanese people making them, the egg salad sandwich. It doesn't get better than this. It's egg, it's mayonnaise, it's some other stuff that they wouldn't tell us.
So much egg.
The egg yolk and mayonnaise, they're meant to be good friends. Well, anyways, we need to head back to the factory one more time because there's one thing we haven't seen yet, the R&D room.
R&D. I
Boom.
wonder
it's so
what
good
they
not to have the masks
research.
on. Here we're in a laboratory.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happens in this room?
We are doing the microbiological tests in this room, such as new ingredients, and our final products are randomly tested every day.
If something's not meeting the standard, then what do you do?
We have to stop our production, shipment, and collect before it is delivered to our store.
Right now, we're in the room that I'm most excited for. This is the R&D department.
Yes.
Here in the research and development room, cooks, snacking specialists, and engineers of Yum are inventing new products all the time.
Our R&D team is making new products almost every day.
Are they limited as to what ingredients they can use? Can they use foie gras?
If the price allow, we would wish to use foie gras, but there's a limitation.
Do they taste it themselves to see if they like it?
Yes.
Oh, dream job alert.
This is not an easy challenge, as the food must still hit certain price points, meet health standards,
Snacking
keep its shelf freshness,
especially.
and oh yeah, it's still gotta
Yeah.
taste good too.
Basically, Mom, I was told that they're gonna make something unique just for us. They've created a dish for the first time, and it's gonna be revealed right now today. How heavy is it?
More than 10 kilograms.
More than 10 kilograms?
Huh?
That's over 22 pounds. He's wheeling it in. It's monstrous looking. I'm ready.
1, 2,
Oh my yes.
What the hell?
Wait, hold on. I think that's me.
That's
A red crab bandana. There's a bit of a receding hairline. That's me. Too much eyebrow. Guys, this is the best day of my life.
It's made from 64 small onigiri.
How much would you sell this for?
priceless.
Good answer. It's priceless. Yes, gonna ease into it. Yes, it's working. Get a little haircut here.
oh my
There
god.
you go. That is beautiful. And guys, that's what my brain actually looks like inside. Can we eat this for real?
Yes, can you eat all one of them?
I'm gonna do my best. Lam,
Yes.
I want you to pick that up.
I don't want
Can't even hold it.
Let's go for it.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh.
You did some damage there. You got through.
Can you say what?
I don't know what you're saying for sure, but I feel it. Here, let me try another bite.
Ow.
That one is fried rice. It's gonna take at least 15 minutes to eat.
Wow, that's a big bite.
Oh, I'm pretty full. Highly recommended. 5 out of 5.
There's so
I like it. I'm
so
full of rice.
much.
Maybe I can wrap it up and bring it home. Guys, thank you so much.
welcome
What
back,
an honor to be able to eat
Vision
my own head.
And I just want
Uh,
to thank you
that
so much
is
for your
big.
generosity. You're so generous to let me eat half of your hair.
Every food you see
That
here,
was
all
funny.
the steps and processes are largely the same as what you'd see in Japan, where this industry was created and perfected. Japan Best Foods isn't trying to compete with Saigon's bustling street food scene. They're creating a different, new experience altogether.
Today we're following one certain kind of bun. What is that?
So he will introduce us a porcupine.
Porcupine.
Yeah.
Porcupine. Okay, let's pause. That was crazy. Use auto. Start adventure.
Steamed buns. They're Asia's comfort food, stuffed with an endless array of tempting fillings. It's the perfect snack or a quick meal for on the go.
Yeah.
In fact, the only thing better than a steamed
That's a
bun
huge
is
bun.
10,000 steamed buns. Today's mission,
Steamed
breaking into
bun.
one of Asia's most productive steamed bun factories. Here, we're getting a rare look at how these beauties are made behind the scenes. Some are savory, some are sweet, and they're all stuffed full of the same thing dreams are made of.
Smells good.
So how do they do it? How do they create heavenly mouth pleasure on an epic scale?
Have you ever seen cooking on this level?
No, never.
It's wild. I love it.
Let's find out. But first, a quick history lesson on these dreamy, steamy snacks.
I
The
like
origin of this
meat
creation
buns.
dates back to long ago in China. Through generations of migration throughout Asia, the dish became widespread. In fact, many Asian countries seem to have their own take on the steamed bun. The steamed bun, known locally as bun bao, has been in Vietnam as long as anyone can remember. 30 years ago, this man started his own buns business, taking the entire industry to the next level.
Right now we are at Top Fat Factory, and you, sir, are the CEO of Dumplings. Nice to meet you.
Making
Meet
food
the
is
man
an
himself,
amazing
Mr. Tall.
process.
Everything you see here all began at a humble alleyway dumpling stall. He and his
Never
wife
get
sold
tired
pork
of
dumplings,
seeing
and
it.
that's it. Now, this steamed
That's
bun
interesting.
behemoth stretches 22,000 square meters, employing
I
hundreds of
only
locals.
had it once many years ago. Steamed bun. I like pork buns. It's really nice.
Oh my gosh.
All this wouldn't be possible without Mr. Taw's entrepreneurial vision, applying new technology to the old traditional method of processing dumplings. These days, they're maintaining the classics while innovating a whole new line of sweet and savory flavors.
Salty eggs, bird egg, pork, or sometimes you have a lot of things
Okay.
inside, yeah.
Just tons of different possibilities. Do you think I would be a good employee?
you
I
have
would
had-
only eat like
not
maybe
had
10
one
bun
yet.
miles per day.
We should be.
Fantastic. That's my resume. I'm going to eat your food.
You
From here,
definitely
we're gonna
need to
actually
come
take a look at the
to
process of how you're making some of these bun bao.
Oh.
Check it out.
Asia, Southeast Asia.
Come on up. Thank you.
Creating the perfect steamed bun is no joke. It involves long, meticulously engineered processes, hard work, and pinpoint execution, from preparing raw ingredients to mixing and packaging. To help us understand more, Mr. Tung, manager of this facility, will give us an in-depth tour, starting at the birthplace of any bun, the dough mixing room.
Here we've come to the dough making room. Can you tell us what happens in here?
So basically, all of the flour will be bringing here, and then they will do the measurement. Then they put some other ingredients like yeast, like water, and then they put into the machine. Within 7 minutes, they have this dough.
Each of these humongous dough batches can weigh over 30 pounds, making up to 700 buns. After mixing, the dough comes out rough and wrinkly, like how I'm gonna look in a couple of years if I keep eating like this. As it takes a pounding in the flattening machine, the dough becomes smooth and consistent. Next, the dough will be divided into equal portions using this machine. Then it's flattened again as it patiently awaits its filling.
When you think about bun bao, you think about nice doughy steamed bread, and you think about juicy pork dripping out of it, right?
Yeah.
This is where all that begins, the pork room.
Right now, we're seeing how they make one of their classic savory pork buns. First and most important, the pork.
Nice.
It starts by going through a specialized defrosting machine.
Defrost.
A
Okay.
quick way to bring the meat to the correct temperature, getting it ready for grinding.
So what is the best ratio for meat and protein?
It's like when you make pasta.
That's like my body makeup.
Making pasta, you make it in a factory setting.
Special seasoning powder, a mixture of MSG, flour, and ground pepper. Then finally, sugar. On the assembly line, a massive team of dumpling do-gooders swarms around a conveyor belt to assemble the dumpling ingredients. The pork is divided into smaller portions, then manually placed inside the dough. The team takes turns also adding salted egg, quail egg, and a piece of chasu pork.
Everybody here, about 10 people, are grabbing it and kind of cinching it closed. And then from here, it's going to actually head to the steamer. Oh man, all this raw pork is making me hungry. Way more than it should be.
After steaming, the buns are packaged, ready to hit the road. Their destination, the flagship Tofat shop, where all your dumpling dreams come true.
Boom. So, it seems like just moments ago, I was on
Yeah,
an assembly
there's
line
sugar in
interrupting a
the
bunch of
bun.
women trying to do their job. Hey, good job, everybody. Sucks up. Sucks up.
You make a massive amount at a time.
So here, we're about to reveal the savory...
You're talking about your work? Or are you talking about...
Sounds right to me. I have no way to confirm. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, it looks about like what you would expect. Here we go. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
That's huge.
So good.
I got a whole salted egg in my bite. It's so dry. Okay, I'm gonna try another big bite here. Oh man, that pork is so delicious. It's so juicy. It's that 40% fat that makes it like it's leaking out deliciousness.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty simple and delicious.
So that's the charming, savory side of steamed buns. But what about the other side? The sweet side.
So all kind of the sweet bun bao is made in here.
Oh,
The
I
filling.
see, I see.
Smells good.
Tofat started with the traditional pork buns only, but now, through years of renovating and innovating,
Wait, do
they've
you
developed a huge variety of sweet
meat
products, ranging
pasta?
from common fillings like sweetened mung bean and custard to newer flavors like sweetened taro and pumpkin. Here, among all these
Yeah.
sweet buns, there is one in particular that makes my overweight inner child beam with joy, although the name might mislead you at first.
So he will introduce us a porcupine one.
Porcupine.
Yeah.
Are there
Okay.
real pieces of porcupine inside?
Okay. So the special thing about that one is the custard filling inside.
Ah.
But the shape is like the porcupine. It has some guy.
The making of the custard filling. They start by pouring eggs, sugar, and condensed milk into a giant mixer. After it's all blended together, flour is added to create a smoother texture. Last touch, coconut milk.
Okay.
Now with everything mixed together, a colander is used to remove any chunks left over, making the final mixture heavenly smooth. Next, they pour the mixture into small cake pans and steam them for 20 minutes. When it's all done, they whip the freshly steamed custard in a mixer to create a more light, satisfying texture. The same type of dough is used for both savory and sweet buns. This machine is used for both wrapping the dough and the filling together, automatically shaping them into what may resemble a porcupine body with a tail. A team of design experts then manually cut the back of the dough ball to create the appearance of porcupine quills.
So basically, they cut the tail like this.
Oh, the tail becomes the nose? All right, this one is mine. Beautiful, spiky, bold. And then this is hers. And it looks like it's having a bad spine day. Can we ask somebody, hey, is this savable? Or oh, just throw it away in the garbage. Oh man, we really blew that.
Then the porcupine buns head to the steam room.
Usually I go to a steam room when I'm hungover and I'm trying to feel better.
This room is divided into 3 separate sections. The yet-to-be-cooked section, the cooking section, where trolleys containing 14 racks steam for exactly 13 minutes. Then, finally, the already cooked section. Everything moves in one direction, heading into the steamer on one side, and once finished, being pulled out the other side, where the trolleys make their way to the cooling room for 1 hour before heading to packaging.
Right here we reach
that's
the end
cute.
of the line for our little porcupine friends. Using this tool, some kind of edible ink, they create eyeballs for the porcupine, and after that, it's a sentient being. So it's actually quite a burden for the porcupine. It never asked for this life, but here it is nonetheless.
After packaging, these little porcupine dudes will be shipped out to supermarkets all over the country, excitedly waiting to be adopted by people and their stomachs.
The moment has come. Dessert buns. These are freaking adorable. The next hardest question, do you eat the head first or the butt?
Okay, I'd rather have a bun on the side.
I'm gonna eat the butt. Cheers. The bread is the same soft, steamy, bunny bread. And then the custard is sweet, but not over sweet. Here's what I like. In the front, it's like a grenade.
Hey, you were the one
and
that
now
eat
he's
them.
going to
It's
save
cute.
me. And you're like, Porky, you're gonna be okay. And then you see the backside and you're like, oh, actually, no. Porky's done for. I'm gonna have another bite. Here's the left cheek.
Does it remind you to any other dessert of any other country?
Like an Asian steamed bun shaped like a porcupine filled with custard? No, that doesn't remind me of anything.
Now you might be wondering, what could possibly be cuter than a porcupine bun? Well, allow me to introduce the pig bun. The production process for these guys is pretty similar. They use the same dough, but it's dyed pink with food coloring. Inside, they have the same custard filling. They head into the shaping machine, and the Top That team manually adds on ears before they're steamed and packaged.
Oh no, what happened? My
That
pig's
was so
face is
cute.
like halfway melted off. Look at this. This looks like one I would have tried to make.
Do you know why this is have the pink color?
Because it's like a pig.
Yeah. And
I'm going butt first. Are you ready?
okay.
Cheers. I don't know why I have to look so deep into the audience's eyes after I say I'm going butt first, but I assume they like it. Well, that one's even better. Less dough, more custard. It's a nice ratio. Very sweet. What a little oinker over here.
To round out today's dessert bun selection, we've got taro and pumpkin buns. The taro is made from taro, and the pumpkin, it's made from pumpkin. Both fillings are made using the same method. Steam the ingredients, allowing these machines to create a satisfying, thick, mashed texture. Then add a lot of sugar, turning these starchy veggies into something sweet.
It's cute, right?
Steam, package, eat.
They put a stamp on top. What's it say?
It's mean when you eat that, you have your own happiness and have a good fortune.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
How do you feel?
I feel like someone dropped a cup of sugar into some mashed potatoes, and that's what I'm eating.
But I think usually when people have this one, they will have a cup of hot tea, so it will balance your taste.
Oh, it looks like Thanos' testicle. There's one more uniquely Oh, there's a lot of ambulances on this street.
Because next year is two big hospitals.
Oh, it's a popular street to die on.
As you can see here, the product is a little bit look like the real pumpkin.
Oh.
This is the color pumpkin and this is the leaf. Not really smell pumpkin, right?
So there's just a hint of pumpkin flavor and maybe almost a little bit of marshmallowy flavor in there too. Pumpkin belongs in soup, not in dessert, but they've put enough sugar in here that I dig it. Boom! Bonus food item. Yeah, you thought we were done? We're not. Not only is that factory making banbao, they're also making dim sum.
Dim sum is a type of traditional breakfast originating in China and slowly amassing popularity around the globe.
Let's go back to the factory and take a look.
There are potentially hundreds of dim sum
Australians
dishes, but
love
here in
dim
Tophet,
sum.
they specialize in just a few, most notably their hakao and shumai.
We have come to the dim sum wing of the factory here. You are the dim sum manager, yes? Hello? Xin Chao?
Meet Mr. Luan. They call him the Shumai Sergeant. He's in charge of what takes place here.
I'm curious, is it just an easy, natural transition to go from buns to making this kind of dim sum, hakao, shumai?
So basically, all of the filling inside have the same ingredient with the pork. The skin is just a little bit different.
The chewy hakao dough is made from 4 different types of flour.
Oh, hang on. The last one.
Meat
You get
filling
dim
is
sum when
divided
you
into small
can.
meatball portions and wrapped in the
We
dough
have to
by
go
hand.
to a city 1 hour away to get
Shumai dough
anything
is made
good.
mostly from just flour,
Ah.
water, and egg. This gives it its signature yellow color. The filling
It
can be made from
doesn't.
shrimp or pork. This
It's not
crafty
in
machine
the
force feeds
available in the
filling into each
suburbs.
perfectly measured piece of dough, automatically wrapping the dough around the meat in the process. Before serving, the dim sum hit the steamer for 8 to 10 minutes.
And we're back, present day, Vietnam. I think what's special about this is it's incredibly inexpensive. For this whole thing here, it's only koi, bao nhiêu tiền em? $33,000. It's less than $1.50. I'm gonna give it a little dip in our sauce here. Cheers. It's not as like robust and incredibly meaty as some highfalutin fancy dim sum place where they have cards.
I
and
live in
tea
a
and
smaller
old men reading
town.
newspapers. But it's
I
still pretty
see, I
good. Now this
see.
one is hakao. Somewhat shrimpy,
Yeah.
a bit bouncy. The final one, pork hakao. It looks beautiful. Let's try it out. Somewhat similar pork to the banbao, but a little bit different seasoning, I think.
Yeah.
My favorite here out of all these is the shumai. Shumai?
Siu mai.
Siumai. Every country says it kind of different. It's got a little pork, got a little shrimp, and a nice little bouncy texture. I have now been to over 5 factories in Vietnam. Top that is gotta be one of my
Usually we
favorites, and
use
gosh darn it, I
chopsticks
hope more
to eat
people around the world
siu,
can experience it.
siu
And I
mai
believe
though.
that someday Thảo Phát will have their name on the world map of bánh bao.
And one day I'm gonna show my parents that pumpkin can be a dessert. And after they slap me, they might try it.
Mr. Ta's journey is a true rags to riches story. One man started with little more than a recipe and an idea, and through years of persistent effort, he went from an alleyway vendor to one of the biggest producers of steamed buns in Asia. Like any typical entrepreneur, Mr. Ta isn't quite satisfied with where he is now.
Are you ever blown away when you just think back to where you started and where you got to now with this company?
Chưa được.
No.
Chưa phải hơn nữa mới được.
Oh.
As he keeps his vision for the future strong. Mr. Ta has taught me a lot in our short time together, but most of all, I've learned that pumpkin makes a pretty good dessert. In our factory food series, this next product is perhaps the most difficult to produce and maintain before it hits store shelves.
For the sake of this video, I can't move my face.
From factory to supermarket floor, if it hits temperatures above freezing for too long, it's all over.
The whole thing here was over 100 billion Vietnam dollars.
Today's mission, see how some of Asia's favorite ice cream bars are made.
Oh.
Digging deep into how these modern-day machines
Ice
can create
cream
a
now.
tasty frozen treats in under 2 minutes.
How many ice cream
That's
products are
not
you making
business,
each
man.
year?
200 million.
We're heading to one of Asia's biggest ice cream factories. These guys are in the know when it comes to frozen foods of all types. So how do they do it? Let's find out.
Ralph, thank you so much for having us here.
Nice to meet you, to have you here.
My first question, a simple one. You're a
Let's
German
pause this.
guy
that's early.
living in Vietnam selling Italian food.
Before we head to the ice cream factory, we're making a quick stop at Ralph's Artisan Gelato to learn how ice cream is made. Here, his
Ooh.
Italian ice cream uses the best possible ingredients, made from scratch. No premix, no artificial anything, all produced fresh daily.
So what is the difference between ice cream and gelato?
Ice cream has more fat, higher sugar, has more air, because you know why?
To save money?
Air costs nothing.
Later in this video, we're actually going to a factory, so
Okay. Oh.
This place offers all the classics you've come to know and love. But today is a lucky day, because we're going beyond the classics. Ralph is cooking up something just for us. Fish, sauce, ice cream, and beef noodle ice cream. Making artisan gelato follows the same principles as making ice cream. You'll need a liquid mixture, heavy cream, milk, and a flavor of your choosing. In this case, fish sauce, or a bowl of Vietnamese beef pho that's been completely liquefied.
For me, it's so strange, but
maybe I'm the one who's gonna like it and then she'll be put off by it.
Then there's a solid mixture containing 2 types of sugar, sugarcane sugar and dextrose, then skim milk powder, inulin, and finally gelato powder.
Gelato is not really frozen like ice cube. It is something between. And to keep this consistency, you must work really careful on the gram.
With the fish sauce gelato, he uses a horizontal batch freezer that has 2 functions. On the top, the liquid is pasteurized at 185 degrees Fahrenheit to kill any bacteria. Then it drips down to the freezer drum below, where the liquid slowly becomes ice cream.
From plus 50 degrees to minus 6, 7, 8 degrees. It's maybe 5, 6 minutes.
In this vertical batch freezer, you can actually see this process taking place. Here, the beef noodle soup, along with all the ingredients, are changing form.
So at that time, is air being put into the ice cream?
Yes, ambient air is incorporated.
First flavor today, fish sauce.
Fish sauce is a liquid condiment made of sardines that have been coated in tons of salt and left to ferment until it becomes liquid. Usually more than a year, but should it be an ice cream?
Woo-hoo! That is stinky. How do you feel about that?
finally, my dream come true. Can't wait to have it.
You seem oddly enthusiastic. Are you on drugs?
Beef noodle ice cream.
Can you smell the fish sauce?
No,
I
it just smells
had
sweet. I'm just gonna
frozen ice
wood
cream the
spoon, bro.
day
That's
before
fantastic. Let's try it out.
Thanksgiving. It was so good. Gelato is so good as well. Beef noodle ice cream. Yeah, I'm interested.
At the beginning, you cannot smell the fish
No,
sauce, right?
it's hidden inside. At first you feel the cold, then you feel the sugar, and then you're like, what's under that sugar? What is that? It's some kind of like savory umami.
For the first one, you feel very strange, but for the second,
Yeah, it's getting a little better as we try it more and more. Quick disclaimer, this guy's got magnificent, delicious gelato. It's so good. But this one, that is something else. And then here we have pho ice cream. What's great about this is it actually has real pieces of beef, noodle, and herbs, like pho is known to have, and a chocolate wafer, like pho
Oh.
is not known to have. This one melts super quick. We try it out?
Yeah.
Cheers. Wow, the herb flavor is really strong. There's something spicy in there too. Maybe that's why it's melting. Actually, this is more fun because it's very multi-dimensional, dynamic, and there's just different layers of flavors happening in your mouth.
this is usually my breakfast, not my dessert, but this is tasty better, right?
Well, then fish sauce, yeah. From handmade to factory made, we're gonna go to a place where they're mass producing ice cream at an incredible
Oh.
scale. Are you ready?
Beef ice cream noodle. It sounds good.
We're here, sir. What an absolute pleasure. We are freezing everything off. Could you tell me, where are we right now?
So we are in the storage that preserve all of the ice cream, and the temperature is now
Yeah,
minus
facial
28
expressions.
degrees.
Having a factory where everything has to be frozen, what is the biggest challenge in doing that?
Cái khó khăn thứ nhất là điện, thứ hai là bảo trì hệ thống. Một khi mà hệ thống mà shutdown một cái á, thì cái trị giá của cái kho này á là trên 100 tỷ.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have to have your own generators.
Yeah.
Welcome to Keto Factory. It's one of the most recognized companies in Vietnam, featuring 2 ice cream brands. Solano, known for recreating popular Western ice cream flavors, and Merino, which makes more unique local flavors.
I'm curious, you know, ice cream in the US versus ice cream in Asia, it's pretty different. Like people using beans, using corn. Do you make corn ice cream?
Yeah, we have both.
Well, listen, my toes are about to turn black, and I don't want to have to cut them off. Can we go see how the ice cream is made?
Yes.
This is where all the magic happens. From mixing ingredients to packaging, all of it takes place in this room. Right now, we're gonna witness 2 of their best-selling ice cream flavors and see exactly how it goes from this to this in just minutes.
First thing I noticed is it's not nearly as cold as the warehouse.
Độ ở đây khoảng 20 độ. Thì lúc mình phiêu chất lỏng á là nó khoảng âm 5 độ thì nó mới định hình được tốt.
In that green bean machine, how many ice cream bars does that machine make every minute?
250.
So per hour, we're looking at like 15,000. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not really good at math.
First, green beans are poured into a mixing machine that contains ice cream emulsions. Eventually, it'll become part of the ice cream mixture.
Nice.
On the rotary ice cream machine, the gram filler injects coconut milk down into the molds. Just a few clicks away, a second gram filler injects the green bean mixture on top of the coconut milk mixture, creating 2 layers of flavor. Before injecting, the liquid filling is a cool 40 degrees Fahrenheit, but when it hits the mold, the liquid freezes almost instantly to a precise 23 degrees.
How long does it take to design and get the machine ready to go?
9 months.
Like having a baby.
Yeah.
9 months.
This very same machine injects wooden handles down the ice cream molds.
Why is there 2 handles?
Before these frozen treats are removed, the ice cream molds are steamed from the outside to allow for easy extraction. Now the bars are ready for their next step, the flavor dip. Each bar is dipped in a signature flavor mixture that contains oatmeal and white chocolate, coating the top of the bar with another layer of flavor and texture. From there, it's only 1 step away from being ready to eat, packaging. Before we finally get a taste, we're checking out one more ice cream flavor.
So how we came up with the idea to make the milky tea, brown bubble ice cream.
Right.
Sữa dân châu là một cái trendy của Đài Loan. Thì mình đã từng đi du lịch để mình mê những cái concept như vậy.
Boba tea is a tea-based drink that includes boba, these chewy balls that are made from cassava roots. Now it's taking on a new form as ice cream. Unlike the mung bean ice cream, where they separated ingredients into separate layers, here, all the flavors are injected at once. The milk, the brown sugar, and the boba balls turn into ice cream in seconds, giving the machine just enough time to inject the bar's wooden eating handle. Every hour, this modern-day machine cranks out 12,000 ice cream bars.
Nice dessert.
The molds are
Usually,
steamed and the ice cream
green bean
bars
is soup
removed.
though. You just have a bowl of ramen,
they're
but
heading
this
to the last
video is
step,
encouraging you to eat more.
This machine places the frozen
It's
bars into a plastic wrapping
interesting.
as they head to the conveyor belt.
Yeah. Foodie videos are interesting.
They get wrapped, sealed, separated, and head down the assembly line where waiting ice cream
I
handlers
guess
place
it's
the correct number of
possible
bars in the correct box.
That
All
blue
the ice
sticks
cream
might be
bars here are
promotional
packaged in a
price
similar
one.
fashion, but no matter what, they
You
gotta
want
move quick
boba?
because the temperature in this room is above freezing.
I've I've tried Haagen-Dazs from a convenience store in Vietnam, and sometimes I swear it tastes like it's been frozen
You
and
just
melted
had
20
ramen
times before it got to
some
me. My question is, what do you guys get right that other manufacturers are getting wrong?
From the storage room to the convenience store, they have a black box to check all of the ice cream. If the temperature below the standard, they will hold it back. So basically, for a year, they will throw away 1 to 2% of the product.
Can you throw it away at my house?
The boxes, now packed with ice cream, are automatically taped up, then quickly shot into the freezer, where the ice cream is
You never
stored before
had
it heads
boba
out
tea
to store
before.
shelves.
You're missing out.
Soon, we'll visit Keto's research and development department, where they're creating a new product
I
that's never
think
been
I've
seen by
had-
the public. But first, I gotta follow that truck.
I've had at least one boba
Ice
tea
cream stick,
a week.
brown sugar, konjac, pearl, fresh milk. So long.
This is one I've absolutely never tried. Let's go for it. It's very rich. I like that.
I love it too because I'm a fan of milky tea.
That brown sugar is beautiful. It just has that super sweet brown sugar taste, like a thick molasses.
The boba make it a little bit jelly.
And it's kind of shocking because the boba, it would all sink to the bottom or to the, wait, is there any in the top? Oh, no.
So you can skip lunch or dinner, but you cannot skip the milky tea with the brown sugar and
Right.
boba.
Have you ever thought about going to a treatment center?
Yeah?
Okay. We're both gonna try the mung bean bar we saw made in the factory.
Yeah.
But here, this is durian ice cream. One of the most pungent, kind of stinky,
Nice.
sweet fruits. I really like this one. What do you got there?
Taro?
Yeah, it must be yummy.
Yummy.
Taiyaki from Japan. Is that? Hey, is this made by Keto? It looks great then. Looks exactly like the label. Yo, why is there so much bean ice cream? What's going on? I mean, look, it's just a picture of beans. It reminds me of people eat sweet soup in Vietnam.
Yeah. They also make the porridge with the mung bean.
It's very new to me, a little strange, a little weird, like a dog with short legs.
Cannot imagine
It piques
it.
your interest. You can't imagine? That's
Yeah.
all you have in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
For me, it's a little bit too sweet.
Well, maybe that's why I
Durian
like it. You
is
can taste
good.
the starch of
I
the
like
green bean. The
durian.
cereal still has a dry crunch. That white coating is almost like a frosting. Hey,
Yeah.
mate, is that white chocolate? It's like a white chocolate. I was a little freaked out by the bean, but it's not just beans. Everything they put in there has made it kind of balanced and tasty. I gotta say, I'm very impressed, but we're not done yet. We're actually gonna go back to the factory and try one new treat that they're working on, something that's not been released to the public.
Really?
That's absolutely right. Wow. Now, in the research and development laboratory of Keto with my man, Mun.
Hàng ngày thì em sẽ nghiên cứu.
So basically, daily his job is catching some trend on the internet to see what the interesting thing, and his team will try to mix all of the flavor together and test in a small sample. So if it's okay, he will contribute the whole recipe for the bigger process.
The R&D department has their own ice cream machines and thousands of bottles of flavoring. All their best sellers, including fresh boba milk tea with brown sugar, were created here by Man and his team.
If you create a flavor that becomes a big hit, do you get a bonus? Can we just get a subtitle? Uncomfortable laughter right here. I've heard that they developed something for us to try.
Wow, it's my honor to be here to taste that.
But first, it's not just him on this team. There's a whole team of researchers and also developers who are in here day after day slaving away eating ice cream. Actually, it sounds like a pretty decent job. Folks, first of all, can everyone introduce themselves and tell me your favorite flavor of ice cream? Just kidding, we don't have any time for that. So here's what I do want. My friend, Man, can you please go get it? Yes, ice cream time, here we go. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Wait, shh, 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 shh. Oh my God. They say size doesn't matter, it's not true. Oh, it's so...
Oh my God.
Look, it's beautiful.
So basically, it's just the milky tea, brownie, bubble, ice cream, but in the bigger version.
Oh, it's so cold, I gotta put it down. The final ingredient's a little bit more boba.
Do you think how many people can finish it?
Oh, I think it's just me and you. I don't know what these other people are doing here, but...
Đây là cái
This is art. Yeah, it is.
It is.
I'm gonna get some. Oh, there we go. Some
Thanks
ice
for the
cream,
follow,
some brown sugar, some
7
boba. Let's go for
Zero
it.
Chan. Hope you enjoy your stay here.
Oh, mmm.
Mm.
Oh, that's delicious. I love that sweet brown sugar. Nice texture of the boba. It's nice and chewy. This is to die for. Team, thank you so much. What an honor to come here, to be invited here, and to enjoy this amazing hospitality and a stunning creation. Let's eat. And then I'll do one of these, and we'll do a freeze frame, and then we'll roll credits.
Okay.
This lady's making one of my favorite foods ever. Oh, it's like a dream.
Okay, let's pause here. Is there anything more? No, it's too expensive after this. Okay. Let's redeem. Purchase. 26.8 million. That's so good. I have 58 million now. And that's some good looking ice cream. Yeah, it is, isn't it? He has a sense of humor in that. Yeah, he does. Which makes him interesting to watch. Let's with this. And well, that's it for Revive Witch. You wish you had you had as much mana as me. I mean, it will all be gone really quickly. Just have to keep farming. Just have to keep farming for Terry-chan. Yeah, I think I'll take a break right now. For 5 to 10 minutes. And I will be back. At that time. After that time. In the meantime, I will play a 1-minute ad. And I'll see you guys in 5 to 10 minutes. took a break. A water break. Thanks, Soy-Chan. Thanks, Yujin-chan.
The average American eats over 35 pounds of cheese per year. That number in many parts of Asia is much, much less.
Let's continue with the video.
Still fit somehow.
What fits?
Cheese making is simply not a generations old tradition here, but there's one company
We're getting down to cheesy business over here.
who's planning to change all that.
Oh, I cannot tell you how satisfying it is to put my hands into this hot, melty mozzarella.
For today's mission, I'm heading to a hidden location in central Vietnam, where a skilled, passionate team is hard at work.
Oh, every time it's like magic.
This place is a cheese lover's dream.
You guys never let people take a bath in the milk, right?
Here, we'll find out how they
Another
make
one
fresh
of your
cheese
It's almost
weakness.
8 p.m.
from scratch
Your cheese making process goes overnight.
on a massive scale.
Why do you do that?
Why we do that?
Let's find out.
1, 2, 3. Are we ready? Ready? Okay, we're doing it. Oh, should we drink? Yeah, yeah. Let's start with drinking.
Meet Masuko and Sane. This Japanese couple is introducing food that's traditionally Italian to a Vietnamese crowd at this restaurant, known as Pizza for Peas.
So you can actually make alcohol from a dairy byproduct? When I was in Uzbekistan, I drank alcohol made from horse milk.
Wow.
Horse milk?
Horse milk.
Fermented horse milk.
This is something I absolutely love right here. It's the only place in the world I found this type of creation. Is this your creation, one of you?
Co-creation.
Co-creation.
Yes.
Good.
Cheese has only recently become an emerging trend in this country. But the stuff that's used to top oysters or that's spread on grilled rice paper is highly processed. But here, they've got the good stuff.
I love all kind of cheese, either like a bit skinny.
I feel like that was aimed at me somehow.
By my side, Han. She'll accompany me on this cheesy adventure.
It's camembert with some
Yes,
truffle
yeah,
infused in this kind
literally.
of cream inside.
This is our appetizer, truffle camembert, a mix of mascarpone, ground
Mozzarella
roasted
string
almonds,
cheese
salt,
right now.
pepper, and white truffle oil is sandwiched between 2 layers of camembert cheese.
Grab a piece of cheese. I just put it on the bread.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
In the past, a meal like this would have only been possible if the cheese was imported from faraway lands. That's why these two created their own cheese factory. Within 30 days, the camembert goes through 3 main steps. Curdling, processing the curd, then ripening and aging, going from fresh cow milk to a French-inspired, distinctive, soft, creamy cheese. From the factory, it's shipped to the restaurant, and under the skillful hands of the head chef,
Cheers.
Yummy.
it becomes a type of edible art.
Oh my God. It's rich, it's creamy, and then there's just the perfect infusion of truffle flavor in there. It's better than sex. I love it so much. How long ago did you come to Vietnam?
We came in 2009.
When you started, did you start with the restaurant
Wow,
or with the
cheese
factory?
right now,
It's like a
sorry,
bird and egg
Chan.
situation. You need the factory
Yeah, me
for the
too.
restaurant, right?
We really started from the pizza.
Masuko is a self-described pizza maniac. He's traveled all over the world to train his taste buds and satisfy his pizza cravings.
When we started, we didn't know anything how to make a cheese. So we wrote a letter to Cheese Craftsman to come to Vietnam as a consultant. But nobody replied. Then we gave up and we went to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably a lot
yeah,
of
almost out.
In a short time, and much of that success is thanks to the cheese.
Your first restaurant was in Ho Chi Minh City. Meanwhile,
Thanks
your
for
factory now
subbing.
is a 6-hour drive
I mean, thanks for the
away from
follow.
here in Dalat. Why is it so far away?
Hope you enjoy your stay here. And we made 400.
From the milk farm to the cheese factory, as
Hachi
shortly as
hachi.
possible, is a much better quality
There
product.
is a place called the cheese factory. I go and spend over 200 each time we go there. Wow.
Their cheese-making headquarters was built in 2011 in Vietnam's temperate
Thanks,
Central Highlands.
Yujin-chan.
On the inside, a cheese-making hub where over 1,300 gallons of milk are
And
turned
the
into over
start
1,000
heading
pounds
for
of cheese each day.
500.
Right now, we're outside of
But
the cheese factory.
let's celebrate
Attention.
400
Or do you
first.
prefer a bow?
I prefer bow.
There we go. I didn't go deep enough. That's super respect right here. It's almost 8 p.m. and your cheese making process goes from about 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Why do you do that?
We wanted to have the cheese as fresh as possible.
Behind their commitment to freshness is a team of 30 cheese makers.
We process in night, then from the morning we can start to actually produce. Then we can ship in afternoon. Then in the morning we can receive and serve in the lunchtime.
That's insane.
Thanks
That's
for
wild.
this
Here, they're producing over
solidarity.
10 different types of cheeses like camembert, fresh mozzarella, burrata, and string cheese. Right now, they're making ricotta,
I'm
an
really
unripened
happy right now.
Italian cheese. The milk is boiled until it reaches 194 degrees.
So what is the big difference between 2-day-old cheese and 2-week-old cheese?
Add salt, then whipping cream, then lime juice.
If we don't put preservative, after 5 days, its texture is more softer, then taste is going to get bitter.
That mixture is cooked until it separates into clumps of milky white curd.
So you don't put any preservatives here?
We don't.
Then it's drained.
We want to avoid like
Thanks,
anything that's not natural.
Surin-chan.
And packaged.
I don't even know if your customers appreciate how fresh the cheese is, because that's really a wild commitment to freshness.
Yes.
Does that just come natural to you?
This is what we are committing since we started from the beginning.
Oh.
So this is the appetizer of pizza 4-piece. It's rolling like roll in Vietnam.
That's right. It's like a little ricotta kun.
So this is arugula, ham, and ricotta cheese.
I love ricotta. This looks fresh. It looks delicious. Let's try it out. Cheers.
Yummy.
So creamy, so clean. The herbs are so fresh and give some flavor too. A little bit of salty ham mixed in.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's very rich. Can you handle the richness? Are you dying for more herbs?
I need some herb.
Yeah, you need some herbs.
No.
Right now, I'm excited to be talking to Hugh, head chef at this restaurant right here. How old were you when you first tried cheese?
22.
Vietnamese people tend to not like heavy food as much. How could you encourage people to try cheese and become cheeseheads like me?
Ví dụ như là một người Việt Nam mà lần đầu tiếp cận.
In the world of cheese, especially when making pizza, one cheese stands above the rest.
He will try to convince them at the very beginning, you should try something very light.
It's the cheese Americans eat most, around 11 pounds per year on average.
It's a gateway cheese. They start with that cheese, and before they know it, they're addicted like me. Right?
Mozzarella is a type of unripened cheese, meaning it doesn't need to be aged like Parmesan. Here in this factory, they're making over 1,500 individual cheese products per day. It all starts early in the morning, when the factory receives 4 tons of milk.
4 tons of
The milk
milk.
is stored in 2 cooling tanks until nearly 12 hours later at 8 p.m. when the cheese-making process begins. Step 1. Curdling. Pumping over 260 gallons of milk into a giant trough used for pasteurization.
Oh, there it is. You got scared.
Pasteurization means bringing the milk to a precise temperature, killing the bad bacteria and keeping the good bacteria.
So we will warm up to our to become 63, then we pasteurize 30 minutes.
When the milk cools down to 104 degrees, they add lactic powder and rennet powder. This combination initiates the curdling process, where solvents bond together, leaving the liquid whey behind.
Yeah, that's so
The
much milk,
semi-solid
huh?
mixture is sliced and diced into smaller pieces with this device known as a plumbus. When it's time to drain the liquid, the whey is kept for making ricotta cheese or even beer. Meanwhile, the curd rests in cool water for another couple hours. Step 2. Processing the curd. Large chunks of curd are removed from the trough and fed into a cheese-kneading machine. This starts to bind the cheese together, altering its physical properties. When the cheese is removed by the cheese specialist, they repeat the same action, stretching and re-stretching.
Ooh.
It's 6 a.m. am. We've been making cheese for hours now. The only thing keeping me going is the fact that right now, this lady's making one of my favorite foods ever. The string cheese is made from mozzarella. Not made by machine, but made by hand. But the most important thing is the texture of the cheese.
The more they stretch it, the stringier the cheese will be.
She stretches it out, folds it over, stretches it, and this creates kind of like a cheese grain.
Once it's cut to size, it's ready to eat.
Look at the way this unravels. Oh my Lord. That is what we're looking for. Oh, it's so good. Delicious, rich mozzarella, not too salty, very clean, obviously fresh. Nice. We're getting down to cheesy business over here.
Yummy.
We're balling up this mozzarella. It's really hot, so one pair of gloves is not gonna do it. Ready?
Oh, that's
This
three
gentleman is
layers.
stretching out the cheese. It gets rotated, 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 and then you just kind of squeeze out a portion, and you just pinch it off. When there's a new one, can I try it? If this shows up on one of your pizzas, it's fine, right?
Looks like mochi.
It looks like mochi. All right, so put it in here. Oh, it feels nice. Oh, the mozzarella. It is my wish to eat a ball of mozzarella like an apple. Can I do that?
Sure.
Really?
Yes.
Take a look, guys. Oh, it's still warm. It's like a giant marshmallow.
It's so comical.
Sorry, I'm trying not to cry. It's like the best moment of my life. It's got this squeaky texture that only some of the best cheese can have. I'm amazed that this was milk just a few hours ago, and already it's just this beautiful, melty, stretchy mozzarella. It's glorious. I think I just ate like 500 calories.
Now it's early morning, and a large shipment of mozzarella is ready to be delivered immediately to their restaurants.
Here it is. We have a little bit of tomato, mozzarella on top, a basil leaf on top of that. It's all soaked in salt and pepper and a bit of olive oil.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. Oh, I'm in love.
Yummy.
The cheese has so much body,
In
and
the
the salt
cheese
brings out
factory,
some of
you
the
can
flavor
see
of the
them
cheese,
making
and then just
cheese
the
from the
flavor coming
window
from
in the
basil, the
storefront.
oil, salt and pepper. I love
It
it.
sounds
Anything
nice.
with cheese make you like feel better for your next main course, right?
Right. It just gets you ready and excited for more cheese.
Alas, it's time for the king of cheesed dishes, the pizza. Here, the menu ranges from the familiar
This looks glorious.
to Japanese-inspired
Oh,
creations
nice.
you have never seen before.
Here, the 5-cheese pizza, all cheeses that they make here in their factory. They also put blue cheese, but it's blended.
Yeah.
Everything is made from scratch with absolute precision. The dough is kneaded, then spread out until it reaches 11 inches. They add what they call milky sauce, then mozzarella, camembert, blue cheese, taleggio, Parmesan, and a hit of olive oil. It bakes for exactly 80 seconds in a brick oven, served with a small vessel of honey on the side.
You have never had blue cheese.
Huh?
Oh my God,
Honey.
this is fantastic.
Is it too much for the beginner like me?
No, it's perfect. All right, try it
Blue
out.
cheese is really smelly
How do you feel? You're making a lot of sound.
and it's very strong.
Not too bad. That's a really high compliment. Here, because this has a sharp flavor, we've got some honey to kind of create some balance. It's super cheesy. This is an
Yeah,
ideal
it is.
pizza
I
for
just
my,
have.
girlfriend breaks up with me. She doesn't want to talk to me, which I know is going to lead to a breakup. And then I order this, and then I eat my emotions. I feel better for at least an hour. You don't do that? Oh, that's why you're so thin. Here, one of the most unique pizzas they serve here. This is a sashimi pizza.
The dough is prepared a little differently. It's baked in the oven for 80 seconds with a mixture of olive oil and shredded Parmesan on top. Then they evenly spread a sauce of capers and ricotta cheese. Sprinkle a bit of minced onion. Then
Yeah, this is my kind of pizza. No tomato sauce.
It doesn't get you high, but it smells good.
We never had a pizza with honey
It
before.
reminds me of bagels and muffins.
Eh,
It's taken the
it's
form of a
good.
pizza. Nice, properly cooked bread, some creamy dairy.
Tastes
some salmon.
cheesy and sweet.
That's right. Like, while it's in your mouth, you feel like a good person. Yeah, that's the drug.
we have one last pizza in store, an Italian-inspired pie that can't be made without one unique ingredient: burrata. This stuff makes me feel fancy. and it stands in stark contrast to more mediocre processed cheeses. But I'll let you in on a secret.
Here, they're making burrata. Ooh, what's that?
Burrata is a fresh cream inside of the mozzarella.
Similar to what we saw before, he's doing the same thing. He's kind of making the ball, and then that ball comes over here. They kind of hollow out the ball like they're making a little clay bowl. Then they dip it into this cream or liquid cheese, or what's that?
The fresh cream.
At first, they flatten and stretch the mozzarella cheese to create a stringy texture. Then shred it. Mix it with whipping cream. That becomes the filling.
Like some hakao.
Oh.
They kind of crimp it together on top. You know hakao?
No, I don't know hakao.
No? The best part is they tie it shut using more cheese. So everything is edible. The experience of eating burrata compared to mozzarella, how is it different?
It's more gorgeous, dynamic,
Oh.
mild.
And now I'm back from the factory.
I never had the pizza with the huge burrata cheese in it like this.
The pizza crust is topped with a layer of arugula leaves.
We don't put any sauce in it?
No, you want chili sauce right now so bad, don't you?
Generous portions of Parma ham, cherry tomatoes.
You're actually supposed to be cutting the cheese.
And finally, the
Hi,
burrata.
Victor. How are you?
So when we look inside, it is
No, I'm not
interesting. It's like a
sleeping.
cheese shell covered with more creamy cheese. Let's try it out.
I'm doing not bad.
The arugula is kind of fragrant and light. There's some nice salty ham, and then the cheese itself is just really like cold and creamy.
For anyone that want to try cheese for the first time, burrata is very easy to eat, like it's not too rich.
The cheese it does have is super fresh, super clean. I like it.
Cheese is a guilty pleasure to most Americans. These days, it tops, smothers, or is injected into nearly everything.
You know, Vietnam is not a country that's known for its love of cheese. Did that freak you out? Did you know that when you started a pizza restaurant here?
The trend in Asia was slow
This
to
is the
emerge.
worst part of
2
the
years,
life,
maybe
which.
almost 100% are foreigners. But now it's 75% are Vietnamese, local Vietnamese.
Now, with more local factories and suppliers flooding the market, it's safe to
Hungry
say the
again.
cheese trend is chugging along and gaining speed.
For
It's
me, so
good.
far, this has been a lot of teasing. I think. Oh no!
Oh.
Around the world, people love their condiments.
It's got like a sharp tang to it.
Americans alone eat over 70 pounds of ketchup per year. That's a lot. When it comes to topping food with salty sauces, Asia is no different.
It's just like a sauce basket.
But here, ketchup takes a back seat to the king of street food condiments.
You miss a lot of cheese.
Chili sauce.
Very gentle.
Now that seems like a fun job. This lady has a rake.
To how street
Oh.
food magicians include it in their recipes.
It's no longer a side item. It goes right into the final product.
We're getting a rare look at a sauce factory where they're producing truckloads of flavor enhancers. I'm talking millions of bottles produced each month.
How much chili sauce are you making in a year?
60 triệu chai.
That's amazing.
So how do they do it? Let's find out. Our destination for today's mission, Cholimex Factory. If you're a fan of spice like me, if you're a chili fanatic, then you'll love this place.
This is the very beginning of the chili sauce making process. Hun, is that you? Oh, it's hard to tell anybody apart.
Joining me today, Han, fellow YouTuber from the channel Han Around.
Now, what's great about being on the assembly line is by the time they get to us, they've done all the work.
What you're seeing now is the result of more than 35 years of nonstop innovation. Decades of engineering poured into designing the most efficient sauce-making machine possible, cranking out truckloads of their best-selling condiment, the ketchup of Vietnam chili sauce.
Have you had this kind of a
Delicious
chili
food.
before?
No, I thought it's must be
Watching
the very
videos
first way.
with
I don't
Nozomi.
think
This
it's
is
like that.
this already
These
gets
chilies are
comfy.
picked from local farms and shipped here. First, each chili
Oh,
is
wow.
quality checked. If it doesn't make the cut, it's gotta go, plummeting into the pit of doom. Next, the chosen ones will ascend through the escalator of hope, plunging into their second trial, the waterfall of life. It's like a giant washing machine, but just for plants. After being handpicked and machine cleaned, these guys are ready for the grinder
Wow.
well, It's just a grinder, I guess. A place where incomprehensible amounts of chilies become a pulpy paste placed inside giant buckets.
Right here, buckets and buckets just loaded with pure chilies. Actually, it smells amazing. Let's get a big scoop of it. Oh, look at that. Just pure uncut minced chilies.
Yeah, very strong smell.
So from here, I'm gonna put these in my car and I'm going home. No, from here, this is all gonna go to the next step of the chili making process.
The ground chilies are then pumped through a network of pipes into here, the processing room.
Imagine Freddy Krueger is chasing you through your nightmares and you end up here. This room. You'd probably never expect that they're actually making chili sauce here. And that's because for the most part, all these vessels are sealed off from the outside world.
Each of these giant holding containers stores the now liquefied chili juice minus the pulp or seeds. The spicy juice makes its way through these pipes into an intermediary mixing vessel that holds over 500 gallons.
Now it's not quite ready for cooking. First, they mix some of the batch here before it's pumped to its final location to cook.
Phase 1 includes all the vital, flavorful ingredients: chili juice, garlic, sugar, salt, vinegar, and ketchup.
Oh, the smell is amazing. It's just a swirl of devilish, reddish, orange, potential chili sauce. It's not chili sauce yet, and it's too liquidy. You wouldn't want to put this on your food because it's just going to be like getting your food wet.
After about 10 minutes of mixing, this batch will be sent through pipes over to the cooking vessel.
Here is a whole row of cooking vessels. These things
I
are
see.
huge. Once all the ingredients are finally pumped into here, it cooks for 30 minutes.
Now back to the mixing
Isn't
machine.
that just chili sauce?
They add in a secret blend including
Not
modified
too
starch
spicy.
and water.
I
These
see.
ingredients help give the sauce its thick consistency. When it's ready, it's also sent to the cooking vessel.
From here, it's pumped out once more, cooled, and then sent to the bottling room. We're gonna go there next.
The bottling machine does everything.
This whole machine probably costs more than most people's retirement savings.
First, lining up empty bottles like young soldiers ready for battle. The chili sauce is pumped through a series of pipes into the machine, then into each bottle. This is probably the most visually satisfying food experience of my life. Thousands of bottles twisting, filling, and moving in unison, like a well-choreographed ballet. When it's full, white protective seal caps are placed on each bottle. Then the yellow seal cap. Finally, the squeeze cap.
Oh.
On the next conveyor belt line, bottles are turned 90 degrees to check for spillage. The bottle tops are sealed in plastic to further ensure freshness. Last up, labeling and packaging.
The coolest part to me is that from that production room until now, the chili sauce never touches the environment. There's no
Thanks for
opportunity
the
for a nostril
hydrate
hair to fall
and
into it.
also
Body
check
lice,
so
hair
that we
lice,
can-
not that I have lice. Oh, wow. So when the chili sauce comes off the line, it's actually still a bit warm.
it's
And
not chili sauce.
this one
Yeah,
is not
it
quite
is.
ready. They need to still slap the label on there. But this is it, man. This is the signature item. This is what everyone comes here for. For me, so far, this has been a lot of teasing. I think... Oh no!
Oops.
I ruined it! What do I do? Don't ruin it, don't ruin it. It's okay. Everything's back to normal. Oh my God, we're gonna be fired. We've been teased all day. These gorgeous, fresh chilies. I say we hit the streets and get some street food and just slather it with sauce. What's the best food for chili sauce?
I think for me, that pop up in my mind now is fish ball.
Are we doing fish balls? No. Oh yeah, we're not doing fish balls. Sorry.
Vietnam is a sauce-loving nation, more than any other place I've been.
If you were eating a fine $200 Kobe steak in Japan, would you still put chili sauce on it? Yes.
Nearly every street food stall has a heat-packing sauce basket loaded with all the classics: oyster sauce, soy sauce, fish sauce, chili sauce, and more.
Yeah, in the US, maybe you'd get ketchup, mustard. No one even likes mustard that much, but we put it there because ketchup needs a friend.
At this street side bistro, there are 30 menu options to choose from.
Really?
Cook it up and you sauce it to taste.
For me, a Vietnamese, everything tastes better with chili sauce.
In the USA, putting ketchup on a steak is an insult to the chef. Here, adding a little bit of your own twist is welcome and expected.
Here they
Soy
have
sauce.
soy sauce. What's this
This is
one?
vinegar, oyster sauce.
I actually planted this one here from the basket that we took from the factory. But from the factory, this is what we helped make.
This is their signature dish, gooey sauce over crispy noodles. It starts by wok frying a combination of proteins, pork, pork skin, shrimp, liver, and crab cake, along with minced garlic and shallots. Then veggies and a bit of water.
It smells fantastic in here, and I'm kind of glad to be out of that factory.
Then the seasonings, MSG, which turns the savory factor up to 11. Then oyster sauce, and they thicken it up with a bit of cornstarch.
Boom. So right here, the final step on top of the crunchy noodles, he's putting this beautiful gravy topping with meat, with veggies, seafood, everything together. Boom. Check it out. This looks fantastic. It's just missing a little bit of that coriander. Oh, and a little bit of that. What was that? And a little bit of ground pepper. Good. Did we edit out the part where I said I didn't know what that was? Okay, good. I am just gonna smother my entire dish with the sauce. Like those psychopaths who just cover their whole french fries with ketchup. Since this episode is literally about chili sauce, I am obliged to put more chili sauce on here. Cheers. Oh, that's great. It is kind of a savory, salty
you
explosion.
love
And this sauce
mustard.
actually goes really well with this.
I actually
makes it a little bit
dislike
more
ketchup.
spicy, gives it some kick. These noodles are
I also
impressive.
don't
When I
like
was,
ketchup.
an unfortunate lad in central Minnesota.
But I don't
we
like
ate
mustard
chow mein
either.
and it was like apocalypse food. It would leave your mouth just dry. It was like eating a hardened dust stick. This, fantastic. It's like thin and crunchy. I'm gonna take one more bite here. A little bit of liver, noodle, and skin. I'm gonna lethally assault this with chili sauce.
Whoa.
Vietnamese people, when they eat, they want to be doing this in between every word that they're saying.
Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, so delicious. I can't stop.
I'll have what she's having.
All this food is
Mustard
making me
better than
hungry. So right now,
ketchup?
we're headed
Really?
here, Heart Kitchen Restaurant.
Here's another fun food example. We're on
I
the streets,
used to
man.
like
This next dish
ketchup,
was
but
invented
yeah,
by
I really
owner
find
Miss
it too
M.
sweet.
It's tasty, affordable, and I've never seen anything like it before. When this place is rocking, they sell up to 1,000 oysters a night.
I think we have to do the cooking here. Do you know how to cook?
All while putting the responsibility of cooking on the customers. That is genius.
I just like the idea. Like one day their chef walked out, they said, I'm not doing it anymore, and they're like, oh, we'll have the customers cook, it's fine.
First, butter and onion hit the hot pan, then the veggies, then the protein, 2 crab sticks, 10 to 12 oysters, and an egg. All this is gonna require a self-made sauce.
Here, let me investigate with my nose. I don't know, something tomatoey.
Top this unlikely combination with shredded mozzarella cheese. The chili sauce is waiting on deck.
I'm supposed to be drinking and complaining about work, but I'm literally at work and I can't drink. What do we do?
We just have half of the bottle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah? I'm John. Hi, John. Yep. There you go, warm beer. Ah, bubbles. This is looking fantastic. So I'm gonna get an oyster. I'm gonna grab a little bit of cheese and egg. I don't know the right way, I just started doing it.
Usually we will have the bread put into the sauce first, to have a taste first, and then
Let's try out this sauce.
good enough.
I like it. Good enough. Okay, so now I've got an oyster, some cheese on here, a little egg. Gonna top that with some chili sauce. It's like an oyster sandwich. The oyster, it melts into the bread, mixed with that delicious cheese, a little bit of kick from chili sauce. The final big bite. You've done it. One more food. Shall we go? Maybe finish chewing.
I have a small pocket of space remaining in my stomach. So we're capping off this saucy street food tour here, a sidewalk stall.
Finally, we have made it to Ban Cheng Nung C002.
Serving what's known locally as Ban Cheng Nung. Some call it Vietnamese pizza, a dynamic variety of toppings combined atop a disc of rice paper and grilled until crispy. This stuff is good, and this place does it the best, with over 54 topping combinations.
Oh, right here. See, he's got some purple cabbage, egg, scallions, and one ingredient that is a must for Ban Cheng Nung is chili sauce. It's no longer a side item. It goes right into the final product.
Today, I'm getting a supreme pizza Vietnam style, starting with rice paper, then scallion, dried shrimpies, minced pork, and an egg to bind it all together.
And then next, what, chili sauce? Is it the chili sauce next?
Then 2 types of sausage, quail egg, shredded purple cabbage, shredded chicken, and beef jerky. Top that with mayo and chili sauce.
Boom. Yes, he's gonna hit it with some chili sauce. You love to see it, folks. That looks real good.
Han got a pizza too. It has this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Got it? Okay, let's eat.
And And there it is. That looks good. You ready?
Actually, in Vietnam, we will add more tamarind sauces.
Tamarind sauce. I just feel bad we didn't go to a tamarind sauce factory. Is it okay?
And also put some chili sauce in it.
Oh, now it's okay. All right, you ready for this? Let's take a ride down to Chili Sauce Town. Let's go.
Oh.
I love that.
You know, actually, I have this kind of Vietnamese pizza for several times. They don't have so much toppings.
Sorry, I can't stop looking at the giant glob of chili sauce on your finger. Are you gonna eat that? Here they go all out, and it's great because it has a good blend of flavors. Salty, a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy from the chili sauce. I love that crunchy rice paper.
Beef
It's like an
jerky?
ultra thin crust pizza.
I didn't see any beef jerky.
Mine almost feels like a taco. Have you ever had a taco?
Of course, yeah.
Oh. Guys, today we had the most fun possible that you can have at a factory, which isn't as much as you would think. There's like a lot of rules at factories. You think you can just run around and like throw bottles around? You can't. You can't do almost anything.
For me, all those crisps we have today, it just have a great combination with the chili sauce.
I wasn't always a fan. I'm still not going to put it on every single thing ever, but I think now that I know all the energy and time and effort that goes into it, and I understand more about why people love it so much, I have a greater appreciation for the chili sauce.
This video is a tip of the cap to condiments, a salute to sauce. You're always there, hanging out on the sidelines, waiting your turn and filling in whenever we need you, but never getting any of the credit.
Next time I go out, I eat street food, I see it on the table, I'm gonna give it a little nod of the cap. Hey, I see you. I notice you.
In an often underspiced and unseasoned world, sauce is not the hero we deserve, it's the hero we need.
Now, the question everybody wants to know, do these noodles taste like watermelon?
In the age of this pandemic, nearly every step of the food supply chain has been negatively impacted.
During the pandemic, they couldn't sell anything.
Everyone is feeling the pinch.
He seems like a little emotional, or does he have something in his eye?
Restaurants,
I'm scared.
ocean-dwelling seafood farmers far from civilization, and especially large-scale manufacturers of yum.
It's like nostalgia.
Today's mission, learning how a fruit trading crisis fueled by COVID-19
we're getting help.
became an opportunity for food innovation.
Your company has taken dragon fruit and you've incorporated it into what you're making already.
I'm heading into some of Southeast Asia's countryside food factories.
Where do you find a machine like this? At a garage sale?
Where small teams and big passions turn simple ingredients into amazing eats.
Oh my God.
So how do they do it? Let's find out. Vietnam is the second biggest rice exporter in the world.
Jeez, that's really interesting.
With so much rice on hand, folks here have gotten darn creative with how to
I'm
use
actually
it.
in a quick list of
Rice is used to
potential
make boots,
ingredients.
rice noodles,
Oh, I see.
That's what she's having.
rice paper, steamed rice sheets. Our mission today is to witness how a modern manufacturer has transformed fruit and rice into something the world has never seen before.
Before today, had you ever heard of dragon fruit rice paper?
For you to appreciate what you're about to witness, we need to first take a step back and learn how rice paper is made in this super local countryside factory.
And Sin Chao Ko, La Handshake. Thank you so much for having us here at your rice paper making factory.
Miss Hui comes from a family of rice paper manufacturers. They've been in the biz for over 20 years. Here, she and her team of 10 are producing up to 1,500 pounds per day.
Every day she wants like 600 kilograms of rice paper.
That's pretty significant when you consider
Wow.
one sheet of this stuff weighs almost nothing.
How do you even measure your production?
Cô tráng là cỡ 600 mấy ký.
She measured by the finished product.
Dragon
Joining me
fruit.
on today's culinary
Yeah,
adventure,
it
friend
is.
of the show,
It is
You
so
have a huge
good.
machine here. Where do you find a machine like this? At a garage sale?
In this factory, the rice paper starts with flour. Could be rice flour, tapioca flour, or some ratio in between. In a large
Okay.
vat, the flour is mixed with water until it becomes one even, thick consistency. Then it gets pumped into the steamer. A giant roller picks up a thin layer of batter from the trough below. The silky liquid is evenly applied to a conveyor belt where it rolls into a steamer.
Hey.
After cooking and popping out the other
Imagine
side, this thin
someone
sheet sticks to
handling
a
your
handmade
food
bamboo
and while
pellet.
smoking. Oh my god.
How pallets that are also loaded by hand. Here, speed is key. Any gaps between the pallets means lost product and lost profit. As the pallets reach the end of the belt, a rice paper technician rips them apart one by one. Now they're ready to go outside and get a dose of sunlight, allowing the paper to completely
I
dry.
wonder if anyone noticed.
Right now we're in the drying area. There's a disconcerting sound. What is that?
As it dries, the paper reduces in size,
Eh,
retracting
I
across
mean,
the bamboo rack,
ashes can
creating a
fly.
positively eerie
It's
sound.
hard
It sounds
to,
like it's raining.
Yeah, it
hard
sounds
to
like the
be
pitter-patter
careful.
of rain.
I will ask her if this sounds like money coming for her. Chắc có.
The drying can last anywhere between 1 to 3 hours, depending on weather conditions.
Have you ever tried to make a giant spring roll?
Đâu có bao giờ vốn bự dữ. She's never thought of that.
Okay, that's good. That's a good pity laugh.
Yeah,
this guy have a show.
smoking and food preparation. That's just gross,
Once
isn't it?
drying is complete, the paper is peeled and stacked. Several layers of paper then descend beneath a massive hydraulic cutting press, where the sheets take their final form. These guys will be packaged and sold for dishes like spring rolls or rice paper salad.
The last thing I want to do while we're here, if it's okay, can I rip off a bite right now?
Cứ lọc ăn bình thường.
It's clean, it's crispy, and it's just waiting to be filled with other fun ingredients.
It's clean.
Fantastic.
I just saw the
We've seen it being
smoker
made, but now
in
I
the
want to see rice paper
factory.
in action. Here, you can get it rolled, grilled, mixed, pretty much any way you can imagine. Most of this stuff wasn't always around in Vietnam. These dishes were developed more than 12 years ago by the rice paper queen, Miss Vun. Since then, the popularity
I
of
always
this dish
wonder how
has spread
spring
like
roll was
wildfire.
made.
Now, they sell up to 20,000 rolls per day.
It's quite,
Here,
it's
this
quite
is Ban Chang
easy to
food.
make though.
Yes.
Nice.
To start, we'll try 2 of their famous dishes. First, rice paper rolls with a side of dip. A rice paper sheet is sprayed with water. She scissors pieces of quail egg, then peanuts, dried shrimp, beef liver jerky, and Vietnamese mint.
Should we go for it? That's really nice. This food is as much about the texture as it is the flavor. I mean, there's some peanuts in there, chewiness from the rice paper.
Mostly
Mainly
the
those two
skin.
things.
Ah.
Vietnam seems to take a lot of pride in its rice paper. You see it used everywhere. Did Vietnam invent rice paper?
Yeah, we invented rice paper.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
How do you know Vietnam invented rice paper? You feel it?
I feel it, yeah.
Oh, okay, just a rooster walking by.
The second dish is made with rolls of rice paper that have been dyed orange. They're cut up and smothered in chili sauce and mayonnaise.
I like this one better.
Me too. There's just even more flavor and more texture. When you were a kid, did you have this kind of a food?
No, they have just invented it recently.
It seems like every day people in Vietnam are coming up with new ways to use rice paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Next, we're going to see how one factory is turning an oversupply of dragon fruit into a type of rice paper that never existed before. But first, what the heck is a dragon fruit?
So right now we're in the middle of a dragon fruit field.
I've never been this close to the farm.
For me, I never
Oh,
even
no,
tried dragon
yeah.
fruit until I was well into my 30s. The first time I tried it was with you on this show like 2 years ago. The plant itself is kind of like a cactus, and then there's big, beautiful fruits on it.
Dragon fruit can be found in 3 main varieties: red, white, and one that's a bit yellow.
I think we cut one off and eat one right now.
We got permission to enter this farm?
No, we don't have permission.
This exotic fruit in Asia is actually native to Central America. But these days, you can find it growing anywhere from California or Australia to here in Southeast Asia.
Oh, we're getting help. Okay, she's coming. She saw me.
You need to cut the male fruit, which tastes better.
Oh, the male is better?
Yeah, the male.
Hey, I didn't say it, she said it.
She said it.
This is a male?
Yeah, that is a male.
How can she tell the difference?
The male has less lips.
I thought she was gonna say the male has a little mustache. Try it out. Super juicy, 1 million seeds inside, and then sweet but not over sweet. Hey, look, I planted a tree on accident.
I don't think.
That's not how that works?
I don't think so.
All the fruit from this farm will soon be collected and
I
shipped
don't
here.
know what dragon fruit is.
After the fruit
Let me
arrives here,
think
it's
this.
sorted by size, species, and quality.
It's fine. Most of us know what dragon fruit is.
Then it gets a warm bath. Dozens of staff work to package the dragon fruit before it ships out. Some of this will be exported to China. Some will go to markets and some will end up in this factory.
Sir, thank you so much for joining us today.
This is Mr. Tung, owner of the farm we just came from.
How long have you been growing dragon fruit?
5 năm rồi.
He has been growing dragon fruit for 5 years.
In the past few years, dragon fruit production has increased dramatically in the Mekong Delta. Farmers were trying to keep up with the huge demand coming from nearby China. That was until Corona.
During the pandemic, there was a lockdown, so they couldn't sell their dragon fruits.
Oh man.
After the pandemic was in full swing, the Vietnam-China border was closed. That meant a huge surplus of fruit that had nowhere to go.
Vietnamese
Prices bottomed
watermelon.
out, dropping 70 to 80%.
Was fruit going bad? Was it being wasted?
Nhưng mà cũng vẫn bán, nhưng mà giá rẻ.
All of the fruits that he harvested during that time, he didn't waste them. There were still people come to buy, but they had more power to bargain the price.
Luckily, some local entrepreneurs saw this tragedy as an opportunity, creating whole new products like dragon fruit bread, burgers, and even rice paper. These new products resulted in new demand for this tropical fruit, helping dragon fruit prices to stabilize.
He would be very happy if there are more and more domestic companies to create new types of dishes from dragon fruit, because selling for China and other countries is not very safe option for the farmers.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Ooh.
Now, I'm getting a behind-the-scenes look at how this brand new food is made.
Have you ever had a big person come to your factory?
Not yet.
I'm the first one.
Yes.
This is Mr. Doan, the CEO. Some call him Mr. Rice.
How many different types of products are you making here?
We have rice paper, rice noodle, rice vermicelli, and some about the vegetable product. We mix with the rice.
Oh. Hey, there's some rice right now.
Rice paper.
Ooh.
Here, he's taken the old traditional method of making rice paper and scaled it up in this modern factory, using technology to increase quality, hygiene, and volume.
We met a lady today.
Yeah, at
600
least-
kgs of rice paper a day.
Wow.
How many kgs do you make in a day?
8 tons of rice paper.
Oh, 8 tons?
Yeah.
Oh, that's way
8
more.
tons.
This was one of the many businesses that seized the opportunity and helped to solve the fruit crisis in Vietnam.
By doing this, you've really been able to help out local farmers.
Yes.
Since February,
Yeah, it
they
help
saved
out
more than
everyone.
100 tons of dragon fruit from simply rotting.
When you started, maybe you were able to take
And
advantage of a
I
little bit
believe
lower
it's more
price. Now the
hygienic.
price is creeping back up, which is good for the farmers, but is that going to be good for you guys?
We still produce, but we offer with our customer with a new price.
Brand new price. All right, people like new things, so I think that could work.
The signature Mr. Rice Dragon Fruit rice paper starts with the D fruit. Cutting and peeling piece by piece and turning it into a type of smoothie that's mixed with rice flour and blended until it resembles Hubba Bubba bubblegum.
Okay, bubble gum.
This beautiful bucket of Pepto-Bismol looking relief is pumped into the steamer. Here, a thin sheet of rice paper is formed. When the rice paper leaves the steamer, the Mr. Rice team splits the pallets.
The color is very vibrant. Is that all natural?
All natural.
These get stacked up and sent to the drying machine.
Ooh.
After 45 minutes, the paper is dry. Then it's peeled, stacked, and cut into smaller sizes. quick quality check, and it's ready for packaging.
Is there any big difference between this and the normal rice paper?
Yeah, about the preparing, about the material, mixing and steaming, drying, also different.
Oh, everything's different?
Everything, yeah.
Wow.
This product is usually shipped out of Vietnam, so few people have tried it domestically.
He has never seen anything like this.
I want to see it in action now, so I'm heading back to our rice paper prepping specialist, Miss Vun.
Xin chào Jay. Thank you for having us. This is the dragon fruit rice paper. Before today, had you ever heard of dragon fruit rice paper?
Có nghe loáng thoáng. She has heard about the dragon fruit rice paper on the television, but she has never had experience with it.
So it's a pretty exciting day.
Oh.
After wetting it down, she stuffs it with all the familiar ingredients: peanuts, dried onions, quail eggs, coriander, and beef jerky.
It does taste more pink. Can you taste dragon fruit?
Not at all. Just the texture is chewy.
It's certainly thicker, and it's pleasing to look at. Maybe this is something you could make on Valentine's Day.
Có thể thử nghiệm. Should think about it.
Wait, hold on a second. Anytime I ask a girl out in the past, she said she'll think about it. I just never heard from her.
Give her a deadline.
Give her a deadline. Are you gonna absolutely 100% put this on your menu starting tomorrow?
Help build a local economy. The pink rice paper looks like candy.
For Mr. Rice, dragon fruit is just the beginning. He's also invented a rice noodle that's made with watermelon.
This is the watermelon vermicelli. How do you make this?
The watermelon is peeled, cut into chunks, then liquefies. That gets mixed with rice flour to create the dough for these noodles. 2 tons of flour and watermelon juice can produce 1 ton of noodles. Finally, this machine transforms the dough into vibrant orange noodles. You thought it was going to be red, huh? Yeah, me too.
After you mix with the rice flour and you steaming, the color will change to orange.
Yeah, it turns orange. Maybe it even looks like pumpkin flavor.
When the noodles leave the noodle machine, an automated slicer will cut them to equal length. Those get hung on steel rods so they can dry.
The question everybody wants to know, do these noodles taste like watermelon?
Yes, but not really strong.
So it's just the gentle aroma of watermelon.
Yes.
The essence. You feel like there was a watermelon in the room recently.
The dry noodles are weighed and packed in watermelon packaging, ensuring the customer knows that watermelon played a critical role in the production of these noodles.
Before we leave, are you Mr. Rice?
Yeah.
Sir, thank you so much. Such a pleasure.
I bet you're wondering if these noodles really taste like watermelon. I was too, so I took them here. This shop is famous among locals. It's also enjoyed by outsiders, like this young backpacker guy. Their signature dish, marinated grilled pork mixed with rice noodles, or bun thịt nung.
So we just got back from the factory where they make noodles. They make all kinds of noodles, but we brought you a watermelon vermicelli.
Miss Win heads up the front of the house, and she's gladly taking on our challenge. First, she boils the noodles for a few minutes. In a separate bowl, she preps the greens. Top that with our watermelon noodles, grilled pork, grilled beef wrapped in betel leaves,
Oh,
grilled
that
beef
looks
wrapped in
good.
pork fat, spring rolls, pickles, crushed peanuts, and scallion oil.
Does it look any different to you?
She sees the difference in the color of the noodles.
Really?
Yes. So the normal noodles is whiter than this one.
This one is like off-white. I'm very curious if it's going to actually have a hint of watermelon or not. Cheers. If it tastes like any part of the watermelon, it tastes like the green part.
Yes, it tastes like the peel.
What about you? What do you think? Yum yow. Does that mean real yummy?
It means the same.
Are you sure it's yum yow? Did you try to taste very deeply? Yeah, you're right.
It's very sure about it.
Okay, so I think we should take a bite with everything together. Bun thịt nung, one of my favorites. Sweet caramelized pork, a little spicy, and then just some nice vermicelli noodles.
She said it's delicious.
That's great. When are you gonna put it on the menu? You could have my picture next to it.
I don't know.
Well, listen, I think this was a lot of fun. You had fun?
Yeah, I had fun.
You guys had fun. And the only thing left to do now, conclusion. Let's go do a conclusion.
Vietnam is a land of entrepreneurs. Scrappy,
He has been growing dragon fruit plant for 5 years.
motivated,
Every day she has like thousands of guests coming.
and creative.
Was this your idea?
Yes.
These are the elements required to make something from nothing,
She already found the formulation for success.
or to transform simple rice into a money-making machine. Put another way, a rice paper factory. From researching and shooting to editing and mastering, our 10-person best ever food review show team works hard to roll out the highest quality travel food entertainment twice a week. If you like what we do here, please consider supporting our Patreon. Patreon allows fans of the show to contribute a monthly sum and receive a load of extras like early video releases, private Q&As, and beyond.
To learn more about our Patreon, check out the link in the description box down below. And if you can't give or don't even feel like it, that's okay too. We're just happy you're here. Guys, we did it. What another fun video. We had a lot of fun, and you had an equal or more amount of fun. Joop. Whoop. Thank you very much for joining me. Awkward handshake. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Peace. You know, nobody watches this far into the video anyways. I don't even know why I do it. We should go. All right. Good video, though. I'm full. Man, I ate a lot of mayonnaise.
I think there was quite a bit of episodes though. I think we watched like 4 episodes or 5 episodes. Let's go. You get so fat if you eat as much as he does twice a week. That was 5 episodes of 4 episodes of Terry-chan. That would be extremely filling. Okay. Which part yet? Finish. Refresh. 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 Okay. Okay. And expensive. I guess food is definitely painful if it's expensive. Let's go unlock. Unlock. Okay. Oh. Claim. Film or did it read? Okay. Well, that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah, we made 400 followers, which is great. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for coming, Fury-chan. Maybe look for someone to rate. Thanks for the hyper and posture chat. Thank you, coming Vision Chan. And thanks for coming, Solitary Chan. Yeah. Thanks for thanks for everything, Vision Chan. Yeah, I need to eat something. That was a big milestone. I guess. Oh. Hmm. Let's go with Luna-chan. Thanks for the red message, Solitary Chan. For those that unsubscribe, you can use the first red message. And for those that subscribe, you can use the second red message. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. And for those who don't know, we are reading my senpai. So please say hi to her. Bye.
You are my friend.
She's got the perk. Wait, alright, I'm gonna go for it.
Oh my god, another raid. Nozomi! Nozomi, how are you doing? Oh my god, Victor.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
Hold on, 1 second. Jesus Christ. Crush this fucker.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
Hello everybody. Nozomi, thank you so much for the raid and bringing your community on in here. Fusion Tech, hello. Max, hello. Doing great. Awesome to hear. What the heck is everyone doing up? We're always up late. What do you mean?
Thank fucking god, that was close.
What were you playing, Nozomi?
Oh
The
my
chat
god,
moved too
come
fast. I
on.
didn't get to see it.
I'm so
I can
sorry.
move the chat up in just a second.
I tried.
Where's my boon totem? Oh my god. Okay, fuck it.
The shield. Wait, what? Oh, I was hurt. But I can take a hook. No, hook me. Hook me,
You
bitch.
like my dress? Thank you.
Hook me, you bitch.
It's one of the Argama Witch dresses, though I changed it up just a bit because I didn't like how it was around the neck on my model, and also because they didn't have a purple one, so I just made the white one purplish.
Yeah, she got lucky when she hit me with it, honestly.
But thank you. I like it too. It's a very nice little winter dress. Oh my gosh. But anyway, thank you again so much for the raid.
Oh my god.
I'm glad you had a great stream. I hope you're having a great day. I think it's daytime for you, right?
What is the bad place?
Oh my god. I thought she was going that way.
You absolute legend.
Run! Run!
love you about.
Run! Oh my god. No! Leave